Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
In recognition of NFL Play 60, the Lions hosted these 11 local children for on-field player introductions. Kids were selected from the Boys and Girls Club here in Detroit. They received their Play 60 jerseys at a Lions practice where they met the players. So a nice moment for those children on this Thanksgiving. And what kind of a day will it be for the two quarterbacks, whether it's Aaron Rodgers or young Matthew Stafford, the #1 overall pick in this past draft. Look to all the world like Stafford would miss this one, but for a nationally televised game, he's answering the bell. And I think adding to a quick legend that started to grow here with regard to his toughness. If there was any doubt as to how tough this kid is, I think he earned some points last week getting up off the deck and coming in to throw the game-winning touchdown. And now it grows beyond his teammates as the country sees how tough he is, starting with a separated shoulder.
Young quarterback, it's been hit a lot, throughout this season. And you're right, Joe. I mean, when your teammates in the locker room, and not that they questioned how tough he was anyway, but I think that's the #1 characteristic that every teammate is looking for from all of their teammates, is a guy that will play hurt, and he proved that again last week.
On the return, it's Jordy Nelson from inside the end zone. Looking for blocking and loss of football. Is this an early turnover? Ball is loose on the 20, and we'll see who ends up on top of it. Could be exactly the start the Lions need to get a lift here at the beginning. Having lost 8 straight to the Green Bay Packers, no signal yet. Green Bay thinks they have it, and Detroit has it to start the day. It's a fumble by Jordy Nelson.
Jordy Nelson with the opening kickoff, and he just does not secure the ball. I mean, did not look like it was much of a hit on the football. He puts it on the ground. The Detroit Lions have not gotten a lot of takeaways this season. Their offense has not worked very often with a short field, but they get that opportunity here to start this game.
Dirk McBride is the one that knocked it out, number 75. And so here are the Lions starting at the Green Bay 20. And they hand it to their tailback, Kevin Smith. And Smith picks up 2. We give a look now at the offense, and an offensive line that is workmanlike. The Lions are semi-pleased with what they have up front with Backus, Ramirez, Raiola, Loper, and Gosder Sherrillis. We saw the backs and receivers, and there's the group that's in charge of protecting number 9. Just 21 years old. His first throw is a safe one, and that's the rookie Pettigrew. And the tight end is forced out of bounds with a 1st and goal at the 6 by A.J. Hawk. This defense starts the day for Green Bay with a short field. They're the 3rd-ranked defense in the NFL. They're 4th against the run, 7th against the pass. And their depth will be tested as they've lost Aaron Campman and Al Harris, 2 starters, to torn left ACLs.
And that's a significant loss without Al Harris. I mean, that pass defense is outstanding, but they're going to have to find somebody to step up opposite of Charles Woodson, who is having an outstanding year.
Right here, 56.
On 1st and goal, this one to the end zone and incomplete for Calvin Johnson. Out of bounds when he hauled it in. Charles Woodson with coverage. And Troy, if we've run across one cornerback who's really made a difference on a defense across the NFL, it's that guy, 21 for Green Bay.
I think he's probably having the best year of his career. I mean, he's been outstanding ever since he got here to Green Bay, but he has pretty much done it all. He's been a cover corner. He plays the nickel on the slot. He plays safety, and today we're going to see him on Calvin Johnson much of the day.
2nd and goal. Stafford backs up like they were trying to set up a screen, and a penalty flag comes down. We'll get the call from Bill Levy, who's the referee, and one of the Detroit Lions players is down. That's Pettigrew. It looked like they were trying to set up a tight end screen for Pettigrew, and that's the area.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 52 defense. Below to the head of the quarterback.
half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
That's fellow rookie Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews, he's going to come in late, and he just goes to the head. As you're going to see, I mean, as soon as he goes up and puts the left hand on the helmet there of Matthew Stafford, they're going to call that. Doesn't look like much, but it doesn't take much anymore. And there's Brandon Pettigrew, and it just buckles on him. He was the one on the block trying to slow the rush down of Clay Matthews, and the knee just gave out.
So Pettigrew is down. They're still looking at him. We'll take a break on this Thanksgiving in Detroit.
Bye, Bags! We love you! We love you!
I'm going to miss them so much.
Oh, I love those bags.
I love Bags.
Bags are my life. Bags are my life. Bags are my life. Bags are my life.
Gets you right here, doesn't it? That's right.
Did Dad go to Jared for the Pandora bracelet like we told him?
I can't tell. Oh, honey.
Oh, yeah. He went to Jared.
He totally went to Jared.
Celebrate life's unforgettable moments with Pandora charms and bracelets. Now at Jared, where you'll find a fabulous Pandora selection.
Aww. They are so cute at that age.
Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
Jeep. Knowing reality isn't captured by a hidden camera. It doesn't come in episodes either. You see, I don't live to live through anyone, ever. So while everyone waits to see the next best this, or an unbelievable that, here's the reality. There's no rerun when you're living in the now. So while you tune in, I'll be somewhere, getting out. I live, I ride, I am Jeep.
Customizable NFL gear with any name, number, and color. Exclusive to NFLshop.com. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on.
Well, Brandon Pettigrew, who was the second first-round draft pick by the Lions, and he was selected with a #1 pick that this organization got from the Dallas Cowboys in the Roy Williams trade. Limps off the field. It's 1st and goal from the 3 for the Lions, trying to strike first. And the handoff is to Smith. And Smith is down to the 1. Picked up 2, 2nd and goal.
This Green Bay defense has done a good job all season. In fact, they're probably most improved in their run defense. That group up front does a good job of not allowing much movement. I thought Detroit right there, that offensive line, did a decent job getting just enough of a push to gain some positive yards.
2nd and goal from the 1. This one to the back shoulder and caught for the touchdown, Calvin Johnson. Bad knee and all, and he gets up a little gimpy, has his 3rd touchdown catch of the season.
That's just one of those plays that you just can't defense. If you try to defense the back shoulder throw, then you got the fade over the top. If you play over the top, as Charles Woodson was, then you throw the back shoulder. Great timing there between Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson, 2 guys that did not get any practice time here over the last 2 days because of their injuries.
So the Lions, who are coming off that emotional win here at home over Cleveland, lead 7-0 after the turnover by Jordy Nelson. So Stafford did get the start. So did Calvin Johnson. They combined for the first score.
Hey, Jimmy Football here. What's the problem with the taste of wheat? All that wheat. Set, hike. Ah! Light beer, stamp. Golden wheat, stamp. Huge flavor, stamp. Golden wheat is crazy. Crazy good. That's wheat I'm talking about, because Bud Light Golden Wheat is tailgate tested, tailgate approved.
It's good to be rewarded for your purchases. Happily, membership rewards points from American Express can be used for over 1 million things you want and experiences you'll never forget. And because points don't expire, you can keep them to use whenever you like. Can your card say that?
The big yes. That's what I want for Christmas.
Shop Walmart first this Friday and get a Nintendo DS Lite video game system for only $98. Starting 5 a.m., Christmas costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. With the just right taste that's not too heavy, not too light, the difference is drinkability.
So the Lions take advantage of a takeaway against the team with the best turnover ratio in the NFL. The Packers came in at +14. Calvin Johnson has 6 touchdown catches in 5 career games now against Green Bay. We talked to Mike McCarthy. McCarthy said he changes our entire defensive game plan if he plays. Bothered by a bad knee, he got the start today and gets the touchdown. Jordy Nelson gets another crack at it, and a penalty flag comes in at the end of the return by Nelson. Took it out to the 25, and we'll get the call from Bill Levy.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 45, receiving team. 10-yard penalty. First down, Green Bay.
It's Quinn Johnson. Let's go back to the fumble that set up the Calvin Johnson touchdown.
Yeah, and you talk about how Calvin Johnson playing affects Green Bay then defensively. It's because of Charles Woodson. He's going to be the guy who's going with Calvin Johnson. And then, of course, if Calvin Johnson wasn't playing, I mean, that's a significant loss. But it allows them then to do a lot of different things with Charles Woodson in their defensive packages.
Green Bay starts at their own 11. Nice pocket for Aaron Rodgers, and he hits his fullback Corey Hall out of the backfield, a gain of 6. This is an offensive team, Green Bay, that is number 7 in the NFL, averaging 378 yards per game, and it seems like things have settled down, Troy, with their offensive line.
And that's a real key, and I agree. They started to kind of solidify that group up front. Mark Tauscher now making his 2nd consecutive start there at right tackle, has missed time this year. It's surprising they've been as good as they've been offensively, considering all of the lineup changes that they've had there up front.
On 2nd and 4, handoff is to Ryan Grant. Hit the hole hard, had a big game last week against San Francisco, and he gains 15 on his first carry of the day.
Yeah, Ryan Grant is so effective at being patient. He's got great vision. He sees the hole. Good job up front. Breaks the tackle. But Ryan Grant he's a tough runner. I think a little bit tougher probably than what he gets credit for. And of course, burst onto the scene a few years ago, and has really played well here over recent weeks.
There's that day against the 49ers last week. First down, Green Bay. And again, it's Ryan Grant. He's out to the 35. The defense for Detroit, they're 31st in the NFL overall, and they are 32nd against the pass.
Well, you look at this defense, I mean, a number of changes, a number of different players on this squad from a year ago, and that's what you'd expect when you've got a new coaching staff coming in. Had a number of injuries. They've had a number of injuries from guys that aren't playing here today. They've also had some poor performance, and Jim Schwartz has not been hesitant about replacing guys that are not playing to the level that he expects.
On 2nd down and 7, it's Ryan Grant again, and a good play is made by White, Marvin White, who is the 3rd strong safety that the Lions have used. Injuries to Coase Simpson, Calvin Pearson, now White, and he made the play 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Marvin White making his first start and was just signed, a little over a month ago, and there's a few of those guys that weren't here in the offseason. They were picked up after teams released those players. The Lions figured they could help them and brought them in here to upgrade their defensive unit.
3rd and 6. Packers offensive line picks up a stunt, and now underneath, pass is caught by Lee, the tight end, for a Green Bay first down out to the 46. A gain of 10 on 3rd and 6.
I tell you, that is awfully frustrating for a defensive team. They cover everybody down the field. They just cannot get any pressure then on Aaron Rodgers, and a great job by him recognizing coverage downfield, come underneath, and then the linebackers have to come up and make a play, which they fail to do prior to them picking up the first down. And that's been a real challenge for this Detroit team all season long. They have just not been able to get pressure on the quarterback.
Quick snap count, and the handoff is to Ryan Grant. He's to midfield. Marvin White on the stop, and down to the field, Pam Oliver.
Hey there, Joe. Brandon Pettigrew limped from the field straight to the chainer's table, and now he has limped into the locker room. The Lions list Pettigrew as questionable with the knee injury. I don't know if you saw it, but he couldn't put any weight on it. Had to be helped from the field by 2 or 3 people. Back to you.
All right, Pam. 2nd down and 6 for the Packers. No crowd noise at all for this Green Bay offense to deal with, and the pass is caught by Greg Jennings. Told you grew up in Kalamazoo, Michigan. A gain of 4. Buchanan on the stop, and a 3rd and short coming up.
You know, and that's one of those plays. We saw Aaron Rodgers pull up, make the quick throw there to Greg Jennings, and that's something that's called in the huddle. A lot of times they'll have a running play called in the huddle, but if Aaron comes up to the line of scrimmage and sees that the corner's off, he'll just come up and put it on the receiver and make that corner come up and make a tackle.
3rd down and 2. Little toss to Brandon Jackson, running right, has another Green Bay first down. Turk McBride on the stop, almost like a sweep, and a gain of 5 for a fresh set of downs for the Packers.
Well, they get Tauscher pulling out, and they also then get Detroit trying to hit it underneath. You see the inside move, and that allows then Brandon Jackson to at least get outside, but it was off of that block by Tauscher, the kick out, which allowed them to pick up the first down. A little surprised right now with what I'm seeing from Green Bay, really committing themselves to running the football, because they have a definite advantage throwing the ball with the receivers that they have.
Rodgers sets up a screen for the fullback Hall, and Corey Hall stretches out, picks up 4. Showed you Mark Tauscher. He tore his left ACL last December, and the timing was awful. He was scheduled to be a free agent. Nobody bit, and so when the Packers had all these problems on their offensive line, they were passive with their pass protection. They had injuries. They re-signed Tauscher October 12th, and now he makes his 3rd start of the year.
And he's helped them. And in fact, he wasn't real certain that he was going to get an opportunity to come back here and play in Green Bay.
2nd down and 6. More from the ground game as Ryan Grant picks up 3. And it'll be another 3rd and relatively short for Green Bay.
I thought it was interesting, Joe. Last night we had the opportunity then to talk to Mike McCarthy, the head coach, and it was I don't want to say as loose as I've ever seen him, but you could tell he felt very confident coming into this ball game. You know, the quick turnaround, the club had coming off a couple big wins, and then playing here on Thanksgiving against a Detroit team, even though they had come off a win, still a team with only 2 wins. But boy, they got off to a tough start there with the fumble by Jordy Nelson.
Quick throw, that's Driver, and that's another first down. Now 3 for 3 on 3rd down on this drive for Green Bay. It's been an 11-play drive so far. Dizon on the stop for Detroit, and another first down for the Packers.
Yeah, it's been a good drive, and they've done a good job of balancing it up. I mean, they haven't gotten heavy throwing the football. They're mixing in the run, and then they've been able to convert here on 3rd down. Donald Driver, who's having another excellent year.
That for Driver is catch number 47. On 1st down, handoff is to Grant. Talk about this Green Bay offense and the glaring issue that they've dealt with all season long. Sacks, 43 allowed, by far the most in the NFL. The NFL average for a team through 10 games is 22. And for Green Bay, club record of 62, the most they've ever allowed in a season in 1990. A 6-win season is within reach. Allowed only 2 sacks last week against the 49ers, 2nd and 7. Pass down the sideline and out of the reach of Greg Jennings. Pretty good coverage downfield by Philip Buchanan.
It was good coverage the entire way by Buchanan on Jennings, and then at the last minute, and this is really where a wide receiver will get a separation. Right there is where there was enough contact by Greg Jennings to just give himself enough of a space to make a play. The ball just wasn't there, but Philip Buchanan, who's had somewhat of an up and down year, but has played better here over the last couple of ball games.
A blitz coming from Detroit. The pass over the middle, incomplete. And so a drive that's taken over 8 minutes off the clock stalls at the Detroit 25. Donald Driver, the intended receiver, and that's the first failed 3rd down conversion try for Green Bay. They had been 3 for 3.
Well, Detroit's got to feel pretty good about that, because you look back at the last time these two teams met, Green Bay really kind of had their way in that game. And yes, they gave up some yardage, but to hold Green Bay here to a field goal attempt, pretty good job once they got down here to this part of the field.
And how about this? Pushed wide to the right. So now Mason Crosby misses from 43. And a poor start for the 6-4 Packers, trailing by 7.
Jeep. Knowing that every day I have a choice to make between watching the clock and occasionally my back, or I can greedily, rightfully seize every ticking moment and never give one of them back. I live, I ride, I am Jeep.
Cobalt tools are so tough you'll never have to stop working.
Hey, dude. What are you doing now, Jimmy? Wiring, Chad.
Cobalt, the next generation of tough tools. Available exclusively at Lowe's.
Hi, I'm Steve. A while ago, I had this idea. All the stuff in my house should just work together. Well, Windows 7 comes out. You know what? Now it does. Now documents from my work PC can print over there. And music from that computer, we can listen to on that computer. The stuff we watch over here, we can watch over here. My little ideas come to life. I know I shouldn't take all the credit, but it's my house. Hey, get off the table. I'm a PC, and Windows 7 was my idea.
Today's Game on Fox is sponsored by Jeep. I live, I ride, I am Jeep. By Lowe's. For all your holiday home improvements, Lowe's. Let's build something together. And by Windows 7. Your PC simplified.
And those are shots of the Motown Museum here in Detroit. Hat and glove belonging to the late Michael Jackson. And now inside Ford Field, the Lions have the football for the 2nd time, up 7-0. And out of the shotgun, Stafford throws and completes to his tight end Fitzsimmons. And he picks up 5. Dante Culpepper was certainly frustrated before the game when he learned that he would not get the start here this afternoon. That's Martin Mayhew, first-year general manager here with Detroit, talking to him on the sideline.
Yeah, I think Dante's trying to revive his career here in Detroit and was looking forward to the opportunity to get the start here on national television and show a lot of football people he could still play.
Here's Kevin Smith, picks up 4, 3rd and 1 coming up. And for more on the Culpepper situation, down to Pam.
Yeah, Dante Culpepper did not take the Stafford news well. Here's what went down, Joe. Stafford got to the stadium, and the Lions had him throw out of view from cameras. He threw well enough. Plus, doctors told Jim Schwartz that playing would not hurt that shoulder situation or make it worse. Dante did all the work this week, went to bed thinking he was the starter, then was greeted with that disappointing news. He told me before the game, you know what, Pam, I don't even want to talk about it. Back to you.
All right, Pam, thanks.
Well, he better be prepared to get in and play, because there's a good chance if they don't protect Matthew Stafford and he keeps landing on that shoulder, he'll get an opportunity still.
Handoff is to Kevin Smith, depends on the spot. And Bill Levy already signals that it's a first down from well behind the play. Looked like he had enough. So Levy's got his laser vision from behind the play and knew that it was enough for a first down on the carry by Kevin Smith.
Well, that's they're 1 for 1 now on third downs, which is already better than what they did the last time these two teams met. In that game, Detroit was 0 for 10 on third down conversions. Of course, as I said moments earlier, that was without Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson.
Good tempo by this Detroit offense. Out of the backfield, that's Smith again. Getting some blocks, and he's down inside the 45, a 12-yard gain for Kevin Smith, who had over 100 yards receiving last week against the Browns.
Well, they're doing a good job right now, Detroit is, of getting the ball out of Matthew Stafford's hands. Quick drops, he feels the pressure, he gets it out. This is a design screen right here to Kevin Smith. They've got the lineman out in front and well executed. You know, so far we've not seen Matthew Stafford drop back, 7-step drops. Everything's been very quick, not wanting him to take any unnecessary hits.
On first down, Stafford steps up and throws, and his receiver, Calvin Johnson, had fallen down. 2nd and 10.
Calvin Johnson, when we saw him a couple of days ago, I would have bet that he wasn't going to be able to play. Just a little contact there with Charles Woodson. I think it was a good no call, but you see how slow he is getting up off the turf. You know, in talking with him, it didn't sound like he thought he was going to be able to play. And then in visiting with offensive coordinator Scott Linehan, and then of course head coach Jim Schwartz, they acted as if, oh yeah, he'll play, he's going to be fine, which is usually the optimism that coaches carry.
It's 2nd down and 10, and here's the tight end Fitzsimmons. And he's down inside the 40, a more manageable third down coming up, a gain of 6. And I think you have to like the pace and the tempo by this Lions offense. They look like the team that's 6-4, not 2-8.
Yeah, they're getting in and out of the huddle. They're being very quick about what they're doing and really setting a tempo. I think I'd have to be concerned right now, even though it's still very early in this ball game, if I'm Mike McCarthy or Dom Capers, knowing that they gave up the quick touchdown, you miss on the field goal on your own end, and now you've got Detroit moving right down the field against a pretty good defensive unit.
It's 3rd down and 4.
56!
Stafford gets away from the rush and throws, and he is picked off. Intercepted by Nick Collins. A Pro Bowler a year ago gets his 4th interception of the season. So now each side has turned it over. And an athletic, acrobatic interception by Collins. Packers take over, down by 7.
Hold position. We got movement out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are not in Kansas anymore.
Avatar, rated PG-13.
I'm all shook up. I'm all shook up.
Get ready for pizzeria-style pizza. From your own oven, it's new Red Baron Fire-Baked Crust Pizza. Fire-baked for a crispy crust. Just like at the pizzeria. Red Baron Fire-Baked Crust. Crispy pizzeria-style pizza your family loves. New Red Baron Fire-Baked Crust Pizza in family size and single serve. Bring home that pizzeria taste.
Hey, heads up. In 2 days, 25 players will be selected as semifinalists for the 2010 Hall of Fame. But will they be the right 25? Van Heusen and JCPenney are giving you the power to vote at fanschoice.com. Tell the Hall what you think.
MMA 3 Blake Strouser, company with MWD Seago, attached to Task Force Protector. Say happy Thanksgiving. Love you, Mom. Love everyone, and thanks for your support.
We've got all those servicemen and women who are away from their families on this holiday. From all of us to all of you, heartfelt thanks for all that you do. Happy Thanksgiving to our entire viewing audience. After Nick Collins just intercepted Matthew Stafford, Collins has 4 takeaways in his last 5 games, with 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery, and the Packers take over at their own 26. Handoff is to Grant, cuts back and picks up 3.
Yeah, we'll go back and take a look at the interception. You're going to see the pressure that is on Matthew Stafford, and when he has to step up in the pocket to avoid the rush there by Nick Barnett. Look at the relationship here. Nick Collins is in a perfect position to undercut that throw. There's just not enough field for Matthew Stafford to lay that one out where he had to put it to keep it from being intercepted. Of course, an outstanding athletic play there by Nick Collins, pulling that in for the interception.
15th interception thrown by Stafford. Here's a good play by Julian Peterson, first to get to Ryan Grant, and Grant loses 3 on that carry. Philip Buchanan finished up on the tackle, and 3rd and long coming up for Green Bay.
You know, that interception there by Matthew Stafford, those are some of the things that you learn as you move through your rookie season. That was his 15th interception on the year, and you know, the relationships between defenders and receivers is much different than what it is in college. And he's got a big arm, and the hardest thing for a young quarterback to learn is not to think that you've got this big cannon and you can fit throws in certain areas, and that's just all part of the development.
It's 3rd down and 10 for Aaron Rodgers. A pump fake, looking for somewhere to go with it, has all day and airs it out for Driver. Downfield, and Donald Driver is down inside the 10. Got behind Marvin White, and for Driver, a big play to end the first quarter of 68 yards. Green Bay down 7, moving in 1st and goal when we come back. The NFL on Fox will continue after this from your local Fox station.
I need you to find someone.
What's in you means us.
Get that out of my face.
It's not in your face, it's in my hand.
Get what's in your hand out of my face.
This Christmas, one name.
Mr. Holmes?
Holmes. Holmes! Trust me, I'm a professional. Says it all.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Just killed a dog. Again.
Starts Christmas Day.
In the waning seconds, a field goal will decide it all. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it splits the uprights right down the middle. Oh, that's as pretty as it gets.
You're watching a Fox NFL Thanksgiving Day special.
Month, only Fox 19 met one-on-one with a local soldier from Fort Hood.
Took you places no one else has been.
Investigated concerns over care.
Show what inspired a hit.
Shed light on a struggle.
All these reporters, all these stories. All the more reason to make Fox 19 your home for news.
Auto insurance isn't something you should carry. It's something that should carry you. American Family Insurance offers a strong network of local agents who work hard to provide the hands-on service you deserve. Call 1-800-MY-AMFAM or click amfam.com/auto. American Family Insurance, the family you choose. Seems like the idea is catching on.
The Griffins get shocking news.
I'm from Child Services. I'm here to take your kids away.
No way!
Oh my God!
Finally! Next, Family Guy.
Tonight at 7 on Fox 19.
Oh. I didn't realize you were in the middle of something. It's a conference room with glass walls.
Fox Monday. A doctor
treats a dying friend.
I need a crash cart in here.
But when time runs out, he does the unthinkable.
You're actually considering this?
That's insane.
An all-new house. Then, can Cal find a missing gambler in Vegas?
Professional liars. That's a treat.
Or are all bets off?
Women like you bring out the worst in me.
Promise?
An all-new Lie to Me after House. It all starts Monday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
About the day already for Donald Driver, thanks to that 68-yarder from Aaron Rodgers at the end of the first quarter. It's now 1st and goal. Rodgers sets up a screen, and leaping into the end zone for the touchdown is Donald Lee. First touchdown of the season for Donald Lee, and with the extra point coming, the Packers are on the scoreboard with a chance to tie.
Pretty easy touchdown there. Donald Lee, he gets out, they throw him the ball, it's a screen pass, and he just goes and gets it. There was a couple defenders out there to make a play, but he took it to them rather than them coming up and trying to make a play before he could get going.
Aaron Rodgers now in his career in the red zone, 30 touchdown throws, 1 interception. And it's 7-7. It was a 3rd and 10, and a 68-yard completion to Donald Driver set it up. Then Donald Lee took it in. 7-7 in Detroit.
The day you give someone a Lexus is just the first of many memories you'll make with it. The Lexus December to Remember sales event with some of the best values of the year, now through January 4th.
Without a cape, without a mask, without a sidekick or a special suit, can you still recognize a hero? We can. This Thanksgiving, join Genworth Financial in recognizing caregivers nationwide for keeping their promise to be there for their aging family members and friends. Share the story of a caregiver you know at Genworth.com/celebrates.
Once, during a difficult time in my life, my mom gave me some advice. She told me to keep my heart open, to love, to hope, to the world. Those words changed my life and inspired my Open Hearts collection at Kay Jewelers. As the #1 jewelry store in America, Kay was the perfect choice to help me turn my mom's inspiration into something beautiful and eternal. You were right, Mom. Keep your heart open and love will always find its way in.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
All right, now that the economy has changed, let's fine-tune your business to take advantage of new opportunities. Well, UPS can help lower warehouse costs while increasing your global reach. More UPS technology can help bring down paperwork. And UPS has more shipping options than anyone. Hey, it's time to seize the opportunities with UPS. There. Now that sounds perfect.
Today's game is sponsored by Miller Lite. There's light beer and then there's triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness. By Kay Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. And by the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Now through January 4th at your Lexus dealer.
You know, you think about first-year head coach Jim Schwartz, who for 8 years was the defensive coordinator with the Tennessee Titans, and they got so good that they could get pressure just rushing 4 on the quarterback. On that 3rd and 10, no pressure at all on Aaron Rodgers, who found Driver for 68 yards, and then Donald Lee took it in on a screen. Now the rookie Aaron Brown carries it out to the 25. A return of 16 yards and back to that big play to Driver.
Well, Aaron Rodgers immediately is looking for the tight end Jermichael Finley on an out route, but great coverage. In fact, there was good coverage across the board, but it's like you said, Joe, no pressure. And Marvin White, the safety, he just, I guess, assumed that Aaron Rodgers could not air the ball out that far because Donald Driver just kept going. And Marvin White, who we said, making his first NFL start, should never have let Donald Driver get in behind him.
Starting from the 25, a toss to Kevin Smith. Started to his right, stopped, cut back a bit, and picks up 5. Went around Clay Matthews as we are in the opening minute of the second quarter. A 7-7 game.
That's kind of been the riddle for Jim Schwartz, Joe, as far as, you know, how do you get pressure on the quarterback? Can't do it with a 4-man rush. We've got to bring extra people, and then when they do that, they just really don't have the secondary that can hold up. I think that's one of the great things that the Green Bay Packers have had for so many years, with Charles Woodson and Al Harris manning the corner position.
Here is Kevin Smith, who was just tripped up. And I think that's more out of frustration, not injured. He had a lot of room to run. His teammate, Jerome Felton, number 45, is the one who tripped him right there.
Yeah, he's making the block there on Nick Collins. Nick Collins coming up, being the extra man in the box, and they had a chance. And Kevin Smith just getting tripped up.
3rd down and 1. Here he is again, trying the right side, and he fights for a 1st down. Not much daylight early. Went around Pickett, picked up 3.
Yeah, Ryan Pickett thought that he had a chance and just failed to make the play. But I like the tempo that we've seen from Detroit. You know, they're doing a good job, and I think that's important for offensive football. And Scott Linehan has been around some good offensive teams. Of course, the offensive coordinator there in Minnesota with Dante Culpepper as his quarterback and Randy Moss, and you know, they were a pretty dynamic group. And some of those pieces are in place here in Detroit.
Play clock winding down, and that pass is batted away. Johnny Jolly got his hand up and knocked it away. On Sunday, big doubleheader. There are the early games. Redskins at Eagles. Important game for the Eagles in their battle in the NFC East. And then late, most of the nation will see the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings or the Cardinals at the Titans. 12:47 left in the half. 2nd and 10 for the Lions. Handoff is to Morris. And Maurice Morris, longtime Seattle Seahawk, picks up 4 before Nick Barnett brings him down. So 3rd down coming up for the Lions. A team that has lost their last 5 on Thanksgiving. A tradition that goes back to the early 30s with this franchise. Third down and 6. A blitz coming. Stafford throws, and the pass is not caught by Northcutt. Jared Bush was in front of it. Got on the hands of Northcutt, but he couldn't haul it in. 4th down.
Yeah, a ball that was thrown behind him, but it certainly looked to me like a ball that he could have very easily have caught. And if he makes that catch, then he's able to pick up that 1st down. I tell you, they gave Charles Woodson a little bit of help that time on the outside against Calvin Johnson, something you just don't really see all that often. Charles Woodson getting a little help from the safety.
First punt of the day from either side, and penalty flags and a false start.
False start. Number 39 offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
It's D'Angelo Smith. So it moves the Lions back 5 yards. This is a tradition that started in 1934 for this Lions franchise. First year of this franchise. Owner G.A. Richards started the tradition, took on the champion Bears that year. As Harris hits a beauty, and Jordy Nelson hauls it in from inside the 10, and he is brought down almost immediately. A flag is down on the play. A 56-yard punt. And good coverage by Jahi Ward-Daniels, just added to the active roster. As it is, the ball is placed on the 8.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 33 of the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down. Timeout.
That's on the rookie Underwood. So the Packers in a 7-7 game will start deep in their own territory.
Here's one for you. If me and Buster were hanging over a cliff and you could only save one of us, which one would you save?
Easy, you.
Ooh, me or your mom?
Sorry, Mom.
You're Miller Lite.
Oh, man. How high's the cliff?
Do you love the taste of your beer this much? Well, you could. Try the great Pilsner taste of a triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
If me and Buster are hanging off a cliff, what is she talking? I know.
You'll never guess what it is. Not in a million years. Guess.
Football, $25.
You won't get it.
Mouth guard, $10.
Put it in. Try it. See how it fits.
First aid kit, $40.
Yeah, Coach said you got cut.
What? Getting them something they'll actually enjoy.
Oh, cut.
Priceless. This year, find the perfect gift for everyone you know with MasterCard's Gift Finder at Priceless.com.
It's a football. I told you.
Hi. A Yellow Book moment is about to happen. When you need something on a moment's notice, that's a Yellow Book moment. The moment you need it, Yellow Book it.
The day you give someone a Lexus is just the first of many memories you'll make with it. The Lexus December to Remember sales event with some of the best values of the year, now through January 4th.
Defense begs this crowd to make some noise as the Packers start at their own 4. 7-7 game. 11:52 left in the half. Handoff is to Ryan Grant. Picks up 2. This officiating crew threw the flag on the punt return team. The penalty should have been on Atari Bigby. Instead, they said it was on Brandon Underwood, who came in late. Either way, it took it from the 8 to the 4, and now it's 2nd and 8 from the 6.
Yeah, now the Brandon Underwood family can go back to enjoying their meal.
That's right.
It was not on your.
It was not on the rookie. 2nd and 8. Rodgers hasn't been touched yet, and that pass wasn't touched by Donald Driver. With William James out there in coverage. That's 10 times now Aaron Rodgers has dropped back to throw, and nobody from Detroit has put a hand on him.
He doesn't even know how to act. I mean, you look at him, there's a guy who's been sacked 6 times in a game, 4 different times this season. Only 6 sacks the last 2 games combined, which was awfully good, all things considered. And here today, they haven't gotten near him.
3rd and 8. Rodgers steps up and throws and completes for a first down to James Jones. 3rd and 8 and a gain of 10 and some breathing room for this Packer offense.
Aaron Rodgers does a good job here with the pressure off the edge there by Turk McBride of stepping up in the pocket, and because you've got soft corner play outside by William James, it's a pretty easy completion for the first down to James Jones. That's a big first down, Joe. Like you said, it gives them some room. It gives some room for their punter if they fail to make a first down here. And it also allows them to try to regain field position when they do punt.
Play action from Rodgers, who drops it off for Ryan Grant. On that 3rd down play, you could see that little glance with the eyes by Aaron Rodgers as he looked for James Jones, and it's something that he said he learned from Brett Favre, his understudy for 3 years. Call it eye discipline, and just a little shift of the eyes to the right, and he made that completion for the first down. And now this one to Ryan Grant, as Rodgers has Had completions to 6 different receivers in this first half. 2nd and 6.
My guess that's a long list of things he learned from number 4 during the 3 years they were together.
Rodgers sets up and throws, and the pass is off the hands of Jordy Nelson.
I think they could take that all day if they wanted to, Joe. I mean, they're playing soft again outside with William James and Jordy Nelson this time on the receiving end, but a ball that got away from Rodgers. He did, however, take a hit at the end of this play, and the Lions now recognizing that they can't get there with the front 4. They're having to bring linebackers now. That time they brought Larry Foote.
Green Bay 5 for 6 on 3rd down. Third and 6, a blitz, and the pass is caught by Jennings. Greg Jennings is to Detroit's side of midfield. William James brought him down after a catch and run of 33 yards.
They go with the slant route. They got the slant here by Driver, and then you're going to see Jennings come in behind that by Driver taking it first. He occupies the middle linebacker who would have otherwise gotten underneath the throw to Greg Jennings. And then you've got to make a tackle. These Green Bay Packer receivers are awfully good getting the ball in stride and making people miss and puncturing right through the middle of a defensive secondary.
On 1st down, Rodgers over the middle, completes inside the 40 is Donald Lee. And one weapon that we haven't seen yet, Troy, from Green Bay is their big, fast tight end Jermichael Finley, who was targeted 10 times last week against the 49ers. He is 6'5", 247, and he can run.
He can run, and he's a talented guy. And you know, anytime you get someone who can run down the middle of the field, whether it's a third wide receiver or especially a tight end, you create some real pressure on a defensive unit.
2nd down and 2. Rodgers steps up, throws for Finley, and that'll draw a flag. A nasty hit over the middle. Finley is down. And it was Delmas, the rookie, who came in high on Jermichael Finley.
Well, you're going to see that Finley has to go up for this, and then Delmas comes underneath the chin. So hard that his own helmet comes off, but that was a big-time collision right there on a defenseless receiver.
Number 26 defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
You hope Jermichael Finley is okay. That was a big hit by Louis Delmas.
And a 15-yard penalty for this blow to the head.
Nothing gets NFL fans pumped up like winning a trip to the biggest games of all. Between now and November 30th, using your Visa card gives you a chance to win tickets to an NFL playoff game, the Pro Bowl, and Super Bowl 44. More people go with Visa.
Right now, Mrs. Jones is freeing herself from restrictive calling circles and switching her entire family to Sprint. That way, her daughter isn't limited to lame calling plans. Her son can talk all day long. And while on the Sprint network, if her husband pocket dials any mobile phone nationwide...
Oh, this is Flavor Flav. Who's this?
It's no big deal. Welcome to the Now Network. Get any mobile anytime for just $42.50 a month per person with unlimited text and data. And right now, buy a BlackBerry Curve for $49.99 and get a second one free. Sprint, the Now Network.
I'm all shook up. I'm all shook up.
This is John Connor. We are outnumbered by machines. This war ends tonight.
Terminator Salvation. Buy it Tuesday on Blu-ray and DVD.
Today's Game on Fox is sponsored by Terminator Salvation. Available on Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday.
Jermichael Finley stays in the game. He checked out, came back in because he was hit. An illegal hit by Louis Delmas. He can stay in the lineup, and he's at the top of your screen. From the 25, they go to Jermichael Finley, who makes a move and is eventually dragged down by Marvin White after a gain of 9. Penalty flag came in at the end of the play, right at the 15-yard line.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, number 25 defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Tough couple plays here on Jermichael Finley at the end of these plays, and they're going to get the personal foul at the end here with the horse collar bringing him down.
I don't agree with that call at all. I mean, you got to pull him backward, which was not the case at all. He got his hand up and pulled him down to the side. Jim Schwartz is letting the official hear it. Now it's 1st and goal at the 8. Pass is for Jones, and a good play by Buchanan. No gain.
Yeah, they come right back then to James Jones on the quick throw, and Philip Buchanan, what you have to do. I mean, they're going to challenge those defensive backs to make tackles in the open field. Buchanan doing a good job. I think Jermichael Finley, going back to him, we saw what they're able to do with a guy like him that can split out like a wide receiver. And Detroit feels like they've got someone very similar to that in Pettigrew, who, as we saw, went down there in the first quarter with a knee injury.
11th play of this drive. Rodgers throws low, and Driver caught it. That's the call at the moment. Now the officials get together and continue to talk. They're saying incomplete now.
Yeah, it didn't look from here that it was a completion. You see the ball hit the ground there. Some of the rubber surface underneath this turf came up, but a ball that should have been very easily completed. And Aaron Rodgers had time to throw it in a clear lane. Just failed to deliver a good ball. This is a heck of a drive right now for Green Bay from where they started.
Jim Schwartz had already thrown the challenge flag, but one official overruled the other.
Incomplete. Detroit has not charged a challenge or a timeout.
So once that happened, once one official overruled the other, Schwartz said, give me the red flag back. It's 3rd and goal from the 8. A quarter that's been dominated offensively by the Packers. The first touchdown was on a tight end screen to Donald Lee. Quick throw to Driver, trying to make a move on the rookie Delmas and cannot get to the end zone. A stop by Detroit, a 1st and goal from the 8, and the drive stalls at the 2.
Well, here they come. Detroit, they're bringing the pressure, and so everyone's matched up one-on-one. No middle safety, no help anywhere across the board, open space. And Delmas then has to come up and make a play. He gets a little help by the linebacker Levy, but Delmas does a good job here of slowing Driver down just enough and keeping them out of the end zone on that drive.
33rd pick in the draft, Louis Delmas out of Western Michigan. Now basically an extra point try by Crosby. Same length, and he just drives it through. 20-yarder to make it 10-7 Green Bay with 6:12 left in the half.
Toyota has won more total quality awards than any other automaker.
Hey, Ken. Hey, Ken. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Kenny. Kenny.
And we could all use a little more quality these days. 80% of Toyotas sold in the last 20 years are still on the road today.
No.
Which means someday, this Camry could be his.
Let's all go to Shack Friday. Let's all go to Shack Friday. Let's all go to Shack Friday and get ourselves some gifts.
Holiday greetings from Budweiser. From our family to yours, we wish you a very safe and happy holiday season.
I'm not a cop. Not a bodyguard. I work with a cover. Let you appear vulnerable so the threat reveals itself and then eliminate the threat.
I never caught your name.
Sure did.
Christopher Chance is the human target, coming this January to Fox.
How if Donovan McNabb's new weapons reignited the Eagles' attack? Find out this week on Fox NFL Sunday.
Hi, my name's Staff Sergeant Dennis Smith from Saginaw, Michigan. I'd like to say hello to my wife and kids back home and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Go Lions!
And so far, his Lions, after leading 7-0 early, have seen 10 unanswered points go on the board for Green Bay. 10-7. Packers on top. And our sentiments exactly as Crosby will kick it away with the rookie Aaron Brown waiting for it after Crosby was good from 20 yards. Brown from just inside the 5. Crosses the 20 and a penalty flag comes in. Brown was down at the 24 and we will get the call.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Personal foul, pushing the head back, number 51 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's Poppinga. And tack on 15 yards to the end of that return by Aaron Brown. Earlier this month, Detroit Lions wide receiver Calvin Johnson accompanied 5th grader Michael Ramada for a day at Collins Elementary School in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Johnson picked Michael up in a limo, visited his class, and then worked with the students on the importance of good health. For more information, visit NFLrush.com. Real impressive guy, Calvin Johnson, 6'5", 236. Great hands, and after struggling a bit in his rookie season, had 12 touchdown catches last year. And here he is. Calvin Johnson is to the 48. An 8-yard completion. Woodson on the coverage, and Johnson, that knee is really bothering him.
Yeah, you can tell he's laboring to get up off the field. Woodson still showing him a little bit of respect. And you're right, Joe. That was the first opportunity that I had there on Tuesday to meet Calvin Johnson. Came in. Mike Martz was his offensive coordinator. A big adjustment from what he was doing offensively there at Georgia Tech. Had to learn a new offense again last year and now this year. But I know he's excited now because he really believes, as everyone does, they've got the quarterback of the future.
Wow, what a play by the rookie Raji. He met Kevin Smith in the backfield, and a loss of 4 for B.J. Raji, who got his first sack last week against the 49ers.
B.J. Raji, like a lot of young players, struggled early in the season, had some injuries coming out of training camp, but the last month or so he has started to show this Green Bay Packer organization why they drafted him where they did. I mean, he's a big, powerful guy, and he's making an impact for this team.
Brings up 3rd down and 5. Four-man rush, backpedaling. Stafford throws, and he's picked off again. This time, Tramon Williams looking for Dennis Northcutt. And Tramon Williams, who's starting in place of the injured Al Harris, has his 2nd interception And a poor throw from Matthew Stafford, who has thrown 2 picks. Green Bay with a 3-point lead and the football.
Hey. Your map's blocking the game.
Oh, sorry. I'm just checking the other scores.
Is my map in the way? No. You good.
To get 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, come to the Verizon Wireless under $30 sale. Get great gifts like the Nokia Twist or even a Gateway netbook for just $29.99. But don't wait. Sale ends Monday. Verizon Wireless.
With over 100 new rollbacks on the season's hottest toys, many for just $10 or less. Christmas costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Here's one for you. If me and Buster were hanging over a cliff, and you could only save one of us, which one would you save?
Easy, you.
Ooh, me or your mom?
Sorry, Mom.
You're Miller Lite.
Oh, man. How high's the cliff?
Do you love the taste of your beer this much? Well, you could. Try the great Pilsner taste of a triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
If me and Buster are hanging off a cliff, what is she talking about? I know.
I cut my throat to bring him back.
On December 4th.
I thought you were dead.
For every secret.
I know you slept in my house.
There is a price. Brothers. Rated R. In theaters December 4th.
Big loss for this Green Bay defense when Al Harris, 2-time Pro Bowler, went down last week with a torn left ACL. Tramon Williams gets the start. Had 4 starts last year when Harris was out with a lacerated spleen. He has a pick here today to set up this drive for Green Bay. Pressure on Aaron Rodgers, drops it off for Ryan Grant, who picks up 11. And we go back to the pick.
Yeah, and you're going to see that Stafford, he gets flushed out of the pocket, and it looked like a pretty bad interception, but he was clearly thinking that Dennis Northcutt, the receiver, was going to cut across the face there of Tramon Williams. Instead, he goes behind him, and as a quarterback, you've got to turn it loose sometimes before you know exactly where the receiver's going to be, and obviously Matthew Stafford upset with the way that route was run. And that's just all part of developing some type of timing and chemistry with a different cast of receivers.
Rodgers throws, shows off his arm strength, and hits Greg Jennings, who gets 11.
This Green Bay offense isn't having much trouble moving the football. You look at what they've been able to do already here in this first half. Should have more points to show for it. But they have, as they've done all season long, it's been a pretty productive group.
That is 13 straight pass plays run by the Green Bay Packers offense. Aaron Rodgers comes in with a 4th best quarterback rating in the NFL at over 102. That breaks up the string of 13 straight passes, and it's Ryan Grant, who's brought down by Levy after a gain of 6.
If Levy doesn't make the tackle there, it's a touchdown for Ryan Grant. Good cutback here. I think this is what Ryan Grant does exceptionally well. He sticks front side, but he's always looking for that cutback lane. William James, the corner, he fails to make the tackle, and good hustle there by Levy, who's getting his opportunity to play because of the injury to Ernie Sims.
2nd down and 4. Here's Grant again. 1st down Green Bay at the Detroit 19 as Grant gets 7.
This is very similar to what we just saw, only he doesn't cut it back as much. You're going to see him here, and then he sees the lane, and as soon as he sees it, Ryan Grant, he's a 1 cut back, and he gets up in there and does a nice job. Good push inside by Darren College, their left guard, and Darren, along with a lot of the guys up front, was struggling, and he got put on notice a few weeks ago going into that Dallas Cowboy game by Mike McCarthy that he needed to elevate his play, and he has done just that.
Offensive line's had a good day so far against the Lions. first down. A toss to Brandon Jackson running right. Picks up 2. And we're at the 2-minute warning here on Thanksgiving at Ford Field. We'll take a break, come back. Green Bay with a second down and moving in, up by 3.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by AT&T. Your world delivered.
Recently, Verizon's been making a big deal about maps. I'm here to set the record straight. AT&T covers 97% of all Americans. It's over 300 million people. In fact, I've collected a few postcards of all the places that AT&T has coverage. This is in no particular order. Spokane, Washington. Denver, Colorado. Evansville, Indiana. Chicago. This might take a while, just bear with me. Lake City, Florida, where the bikini was invented. Huh. New York. San Francisco. Dallas, Texas. Phoenix, Arizona. Atlanta, Georgia.
80% of Toyotas sold in the last 20 years are still on the road today.
No.
Which means someday, this Camry could be his. Toyota has more hybrids on the road than all other automakers combined. So we can all breathe a little easier.
Akron, Ohio. Madison, Wisconsin. Good college town. Honolulu, Hawaii. Daytona Beach, Florida. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Dated a girl from there. Warren, Michigan. Didn't work out. Bozeman, Montana. Dover, Delaware. New Haven, Connecticut. Seattle, Washington. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Tempe, Arizona. Left my wallet there one time. Okay, hold on. I think we get the picture.
If you want coverage, we've got it. AT&T. Buy any exclusive Samsung touchscreen phones after mail-in rebate and get one free after mail-in rebate.
The NFL and United Way are committed to doing something about childhood obesity. That's why we're encouraging every kid to get in their daily requirement of play. At least 60 minutes of exercise and play every day. NFL Play 60 and United Way. Join the movement at NFLRush.com.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
2 minutes left in the first half. Green Bay with all 3 of their timeouts. Same for Detroit. Second down for the Packers. 2nd and 8. Rodgers throws and completes. That's good for a first down. Jermichael Finley. And his first catch of the day coming in. Aaron Rodgers was sacked once every 8.9 pass attempts. He has not been sacked in 23 tries so far against the Lions in this half.
Yeah, I think some of the sacks that he has taken this year also have helped in the fact that he hasn't turned the ball over that often. What's he got? 5 interceptions coming into this game, and because he has held it and made sure that he's seeing what he's seeing before he's turned it loose, they've been able to overcome some of those sacks. But by and large, you get hit that many times, and you're just not gonna move the ball and score touchdowns like you need to.
First and goal from the 9. Rodgers throws to the end zone, incomplete. Short of Greg Jennings. When you look at the numbers as a starter in Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers, I guess the big number is 12 and 14. The team record as a starter for the Packers since taking over from Brett Favre. But the individual numbers since the start of 08, 5th in the NFL in passing yards, 5th in the NFL in touchdown throws, 5th in quarterback rating. Only Drew Brees higher in the NFC. Now 49 touchdown passes and 27 starts, including the one to Donald Lee earlier in this half. 2nd and goal. Handoff is to Jackson. And the Lions defense would shut down a drive the last time the Packers had it inside the 10, trying to do it again. Levy on the tackle. Lions take a timeout with 1:08 remaining. 3rd and goal when we come back.
It's time for an all-new animation domination. You're so weird. The Simpsons are cursed by witches. Then on the Cleveland Show, the battle to be king of the castle kicks into high gear.
Dong, dong, dong.
Family Guy has a dirty plan for the cleaning lady.
Does this rag smell like chloroform?
No, he's not.
Followed by American Dad.
And make it red, make it red.
It all starts at 8, 7 Central this Sunday on Fox.
Black Friday? Ha! Try Blue Friday.
Don't miss the Kmart Blue Friday 5-hour sale. Get a Craftsman drill with 1-hour charger, just $39.99. Diamond jewelry, your choice, only $49.99. Plus Legos, buy 2, get 1 free.
They're smart. And there's Kmart Smart.
Fox Monday, a doctor treats a dying friend.
I need a crash cart in here.
But when time runs out, he does the unthinkable.
You're actually considering this?
That's insane.
All new House. Viewer discretion advised. Monday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Fox January.
One of you will be the next American Idol.
Be there when the next generation of talent takes the Idol stage.
Some people have got it, and I think you may have it.
American Idol. They all start somewhere. This January on Fox.
On this Thanksgiving, we show members of our crew here with us in Detroit, working on this Thanksgiving, and we enjoy being together as our family brings this game to you. So hopefully you watch with your family here at Ford Field. There's Willie Holmes in the middle.
Everybody working hard.
I mean, they're just the concentration.
I don't know that.
Unbelievable.
I don't know those guys.
Willie Holmes from Detroit. Third down and goal. Packers 6 of 8 on third down in this game. From the shotgun pass is incomplete in the direction of Finley and broken up by this Lions defense. White got in there to make a play. He wasn't alone, and again the defense holds after being faced with a 1st and goal for Green Bay.
Marvin White does a great job of driving on that ball. A well-thrown ball actually by Aaron Rodgers. Had to put it low. It's the only chance they had. But you saw White's drive on it, and it looked to me like he got a little bit of a hand on the ball, just enough to keep them from being able to make that catch.
So now a 25-yarder is good from Mason Crosby. And with 59 seconds left in the half, we remind you, as always, the Visa halftime reports coming up. Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy will have first half highlights, and we'll have a special Motown 50th anniversary tribute. That's coming up in 59 seconds on the clock. Cletus, everybody's favorite robot. And now we welcome you inside our booth. I'm Joe. That's Troy. And well, it's a 1-score game, and the Lions defense has been good enough when they've been backed up to hold Green Bay the last 2 tries to a field goal.
I think that's right. I mean, just good enough, because the Packers have gone up and down the field, and yet they've only got 13 points to show for it. And so Detroit's got to feel pretty good. I mean, here they've had the 2 turnovers, have not done a lot on the offensive side of the ball, and yet it's still a 1-possession game. Pretty remarkable that it's this close.
Talked about it coming on the air, and we talked about it during the pregame show, that man, Matthew Stafford, is going to be the cornerstone of this franchise. Big comeback last week. He's thrown 2 picks so far in this game, and now the Lions just scramble to get on top of the football. And it was Jerome Felton who ended up on top of it. And at the end of this game, we give away our Galloping Gobbler Award. Emmitt Smith got the first. Dre Bly was the one who really seemed to be actually touched by receiving the award. And as the years have rolled on, Favre in 07, DeMarcus Ware last year, who will get it?
I think Dre actually shed a tear when he got that Galloping Gobbler.
He made us feel good. I know that. The way he brought it into the locker room after receiving it. Here's a screen set up for Kevin Smith. And Smith crosses the 30 out to the 31, gains 7.
Well, Detroit going to go to work here now with little time left on the clock and some timeouts and see what they can do. And I think Matthew Stafford, for a young quarterback, as we saw last week, of course it took the pass interference penalty, but he does a pretty good job overall.
This ball is tipped and incomplete. 28 seconds left. 3rd down and 3. There are the numbers for Stafford with his 2 interceptions. The touchdown was to Calvin Johnson. Johnson is 3rd of the season. It was 7-0 after the Lions took advantage of the early turnover by Jordy Nelson. The opening kickoff started at the Green Bay 20 and got it in. 3rd and 3. Blitz pass for Smith, caught, and Smith, with a face mask at the end of it, is out of bounds, and this should add 15 yards to the end of the play as Woodson got his hand up into the face mask.
The other part of this.
Personal foul, face mask, number 21 defense, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So Green Bay came into this game leading the NFL in penalties, and they have not cut down on those here in this first half. Well, you look at Matthew Stafford, you got to, he's the youngest quarterback in the league at 21 years old, but he doesn't even look like he's that old. Looks like he's about 16 years old.
Oh! We go!
On 1st down, Stafford steps up and he is hit and dropped by Woodson. The ball comes out, but they're calling Stafford down, and the Lions will take a timeout with 16 seconds remaining. A loss of 6 as Woodson came on the blitz.
As great a cover guy as what Charles Woodson is, I think he's one of the best blitzing defensive backs in all of football. I mean, just does a remarkable job, and he has great timing and anticipation of the snap count as to when he's coming. He's a hard guy to pick up too, because the one thing that you'll notice when you watch him is he kind of ducks in behind that offensive line and the defensive front when he is coming in on the blitz, and Matthew Stafford had no idea that he was on his way.
Be interesting to see if that ball's coming out before the knee was down. They blew the play dead at the 49-yard line. It's the first time Stafford with his separated left shoulder has been sacked. Dropped back 16 times, and he's faced with 2nd and 16. 16 seconds left in the half.
Haven't seen him favoring that left shoulder, though. I mean, he's wearing some type of harness on that to protect it. But he seems to be moving it relatively freely considering the injury that occurred.
On a blitz, Lions pick it up. Stafford's in trouble, and he is bent over backward on that tackle. Pops right up. He's also been bothered by an injured knee, and now the Lions will spend their final timeout with 9 seconds left. Dangerous tackle, and the Lions have to be breathing a sigh of relief that Stafford popped right up after this.
Yeah, pretty dangerous tackle as he's falling forward and then to get bent backwards. A lot of times you get your legs caught underneath you and anything can happen, and you're right. And I think the staff for Detroit certainly happy to see him get back up. And if this game wasn't as close as what it was, considering how well Green Bay has moved the ball, I'm not so sure they wouldn't go then with Dante Culpepper in the second half. But with it being a 1-possession game and as close as it is, I mean, they're gonna let him play. And the one thing is, as we talked about earlier, is you always want to see how a young quarterback is going to respond to some of the physical punishment that's dished out, and he has done it week in and week out.
Need about another 7-8 yards to have a realistic shot at a field goal. Stafford throws it away with 4 seconds remaining. It'll be a 62-yard field goal try from here, and it's now 4th down with 4 seconds left. Hansen, in case you're wondering, his career long is 56 yards.
Well, what we're seeing from Calvin Johnson with that knee injury is he's just, he's not able to really move the way that you're used to seeing him move. I remember when Mike Martz was here and visiting with him when Calvin Johnson was a rookie, and He talked about what a long strider he was and how fast he was, but how quick he was getting in and out of his breaks for a guy his size.
Here comes another Hail Mary. The team that was successful thanks to a defensive penalty last week helped them beat Cleveland, and now Matthews closes in and sacks Matthew Stafford, who pops right up. And that's how the first half ends here at Ford Field. So Matthews gets the sack, and for the rookie, that's his 5th. So we are at the end of the first half here in Detroit. It's a 13-7 Packer lead. Stay tuned. The NFL on Fox will continue after a word from your local Fox station.
This week on Fox NFL Sunday. It all kicks off with the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame. Then the Eagles face the Redskins, followed by an NFC North showdown as Favre and the Vikings take on the Bears. It's another delivery of great NFL action this week on Fox NFL Sunday.
Gear up now before hunting season starts at the Dick's Sporting Goods Hunting Sale. We've got the best selection in hunting equipment and gear, all at the best prices. Like men's Timberwolf 800 boots, just $129.99. Under Armour Evolution Cold Gear Camo Mock Neck or Leggings, only $59.99. 400-yard Interceptor Laser Rangefinder, $99.98. Buck Collector Call, just $14.98. Plus, hurry in and pick up Remington game loads for $5.48. Come in today and stock up on hunting gear. Every hunting season starts at Dick's.
The new McDonald's Bacon and Cheese Angus 3rd Pounder. Before taking it on, one must study it first. Rushing in unprepared may prove overwhelming with all that juicy 100% Angus beef. There, you've found a point of entry. The bacon beckons like a springboard to paradise. One small bite for man, etc., etc. Angus Axiom number 11. Bring on the bacon. Savor one of 3 new Angus 3rd Pounders for just $3.99 at McDonald's.
The calendar may say November, but the savings say year-end clearance. Toyota's Thanksgiving sales event features some of the best deals of the year, with ready-to-roll lease deals from just $159 a month. And Toyota has just announced 0% financing on 10 of Toyota's best-selling models, including the full-size Tundra. Now, with 0% plus up to $1,500 cash back. Toyota's Thanksgiving sales event ends November 30th. See your Toyota dealer now.
Welcome to Reds Fest. The doors just opened. People are streaming in.
This is wonderful. I love it here. It's nice to see the fans come here and just interact with the players.
Fox Sports Ohio Reds Fest, presented by Cons, December 4th and 5th at the Duke Energy Convention Center. Buy your tickets today at Reds.com or 381-REDS.
The Fox 19 Evening News, now at 6.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. More people go with Visa.
A tight first half on this Thanksgiving Day. Aaron Rodgers hooking up with Donald Driver for a 68-yard pass, setting up the Packers' only touchdown, but Green Bay leads it in Detroit 13-7. On this happy Thanksgiving, we hope that you're indeed having. Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Kurt Menefee, along with Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. And guys, you take a look at this first half. Not a whole lot of scoring, but you know what? You take a look, and you got to be impressed with the performance, at least by Matthew Stafford, considering that 24 hours ago we didn't think he'd be playing at all, Terry.
No, I am, and I'm disappointed he threw the 2 interceptions, so I try to give him an excuse. Well, he's got a bad shoulder, but his first drive, he went right down, hit Johnson with a touchdown pass, but very impressed with him. And the one thing that's quickly, you know about the Lions now, they play hard. They may be losing, but they play hard. And Jimmy, as a coach, you just want your team playing hard while you put it together.
Yeah, and I like the game plan for Green Bay. Even though they haven't finished their drives, they're doing a great job of methodically going down the field. They're mixing in the run. They understand they're playing a rookie quarterback. Their defense is going to get some plays, and they're going to score points because they're going against a defense that's really the worst in the league on pass defense, thrown for over 200 yards. How about the strength in Aaron Rodgers' arm? Threw over 70 yards on that one play.
I know only one other quarterback could have done that.
But when you have, but they, time possession, they're like almost over 9 minutes more in time possession. But it's a close game. These are the type of games the Packers need to put away because Detroit's still dangerous. They can bust a play. They have the weapons. Calvin Johnson, they have the weapons to make these things happen.
Who would that other quarterback be, by the way?
John Elway.
Oh, yeah.
That's not what you were going to say.
I was going to say, tell him, buddy.
The blonde bomber.
Chucky.
Highlight time.
What's your other nickname?
Let's get to the highlights, fellas. Something America's all hanging on the edge of their seat for. Green Bay at Detroit. There he is, Matthew Stafford out of Georgia, out of Dallas, Texas. Back. Opening drive, Calvin Johnson. He has a knee, wasn't supposed to play. He's playing 1-yard touchdown, 700th and Lions. Then Stafford picked off by Nick Collins. One of the things a rookie will know, you got to get it there a lot quicker. See it a lot quicker. These guys are fast. Rodgers now. You heard about a strong arm, 3-man pass rush, running the football, everybody dropping off now, and still a 68-yarder to Donald Driver. Second quarter, though. Now set up, look left, turn around, delayed screen, back to Donald Lee. He leaps in for the touchdown from 7 yards out, and a very good Thanksgiving Day game here on Fox 13-7. Packers on top of the Lions.
All right, so that's where we stand at halftime. Mr. Long, what do you expect in the second half?
Well, as Troy mentioned in the game, Calvin Johnson's dinged, Pettigrew's out. The kid doesn't get any snaps all week at quarterback. And the hard thing is for a young quarterback not to have the timing and to understand what Green Bay's doing. Green Bay is a complicated defense. Offensively, Green Bay just has to finish drives. They've done everything short of finished drives. But as you mentioned, one bad play. They fumbled the opening kickoff. Who knows in the second half?
All right, there's still plenty of time. Only a 6-point game right now. Second half comes your way after this on the Visa Halftime Report and Motown Specials live from Detroit after this.
Good special.
Use your Visa card between now and November 30th and you'll be automatically entered into the Mega Fan Giveaway, where you'll have a chance to win a trip for you and 3 friends to a 2009 NFL playoff game, the 2010 NFL Pro Bowl, Super Bowl 44, and more. Whether you're stocking up, entertaining, or just being a fan, more people go with Visa. On game day, Visa debit is easier than cash. More people go with Visa.
For years, glee clubs across America have been seen as nobodies. Fox Wednesday.
No one messes with celebrities.
That's all about to change.
We've all been cast in a local commercial.
Boy, did you glee kids step in it.
There's just 2 new episodes left this fall.
I'm marrying King, Will.
And big things are coming to Glee.
It's over.
Glee, all new this Wednesday at 9/8 Central on Fox.
It's time for an all-new animation domination. You're so weird. The Simpsons are cursed by witches. Then on the Cleveland Show, the battle to be king of the castle kicks into high gear. Dong, dong, dong. Family Guy has a dirty plan for the cleaning lady.
Does this rag smell like chloroform?
No, he's not. Followed by American Dad. And make it red, make it red. It all starts at 8/7 Central this Sunday on Fox.
You wanna be somebody.
I want that golden ticket so bad.
I think I can do it. Small town boys can have some talent. I'm gonna make it.
Some people have got it, and I think you may have it.
110% yes. One of you will be the next American Idol.
Our score at the half, the Packers leading the Detroit Lions 13-7. And right now, a special Thanksgiving message from the NFL.
This time of giving, wouldn't it be great to give our children a bright and healthy future? Play 60 and President Obama's United We Serve initiative are committed to improving the lives of American children everywhere. That's why the NFL is helping kids get at least 60 minutes of exercise and play every day. Now is the time for us all to do our part. Give the gift of service. Volunteer. Help kids in your community be more active and healthy. NFL Play 60 and United We Serve. Join the movement at NFLRush.com.
And now we go down to the field for today's Thanksgiving Day celebration, produced by E2K Sports. The NFL is pleased to present a special United Way halftime show, Motown's 50th anniversary tribute, featuring the future of Motown performing the history of Motown.
NFL Play 60 and United Way are committed to helping kids get at least 60 minutes of exercise and play every day. We're building playgrounds like this one in Green Bay. Do your part. Give, advocate, volunteer. Help kids in your community be more active and healthy. NFL Play 60 and United Way. Join the movement at NFLRush.com.
How have Donovan McNabb's new weapons reignited the Eagles' attack? Find out this week on Fox NFL Sunday.
You know, a lot can happen in a year. Life changes. Your insurance coverage should change too. People get married, move, have kids. That's why Nationwide Insurance does an On Your Side review. We help you get the right coverage at the right price. I'm Marlene Daly, and I'm on your side. Switch to Nationwide Insurance now.
Call 1-877-NATIONWIDE or a local agent.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow. Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me and baby, I got you.
Now more than ever, you are each other's greatest strength. The Everlon Diamond Knot Collection. The strength of love forged in a knot.
It's so hard to choose one.
You know, during the Sign Then Drive event, you can get a CC, Tiguan, or fuel-efficient Jetta for practically just your signature. You can get scheduled maintenance at no cost.
Well, there's got to be more to it than that. I'll never doubt you again.
Sign Then Drive is back. For a limited time, we select 2010 models for 0 down, 0 due at signing, and no first month's payment.
For the first time ever, H.H. Gregg opens Friday at 4 a.m. For the first time ever, get 20 to 30% off. That's 20 to 30% off all TVs, 20 to 30% off all appliances, with 24 months no interest. Plus, save on audio, computers, and cameras. The H.H. Gregg After Thanksgiving sale starts Friday at 4 a.m. with doorbuster buys.
See you at 4. That's a.m.
Help your neighbors in need and be a part of Food from the Heart. Happy holidays from Kroger.
The NFL and its players are committed to improving the health of kids everywhere. That's why we're encouraging them to get at least 60 minutes of exercise and play every day. It's called NFL Play 60. The best 60 minutes of the day. Join the movement at NFLRush.com.
On game day, Visa debit is easier than cash. More people go with Visa.
Some of the old and some of the new from Thanksgiving's past, and now this one in the present from Detroit. Some of the highlights from the Pontiac Silverdome, Troy, which you could have purchased for $583,000. What a stunningly low number that would be to get a stadium.
It cost, what, $50 million for them to build that?
Yeah. Here is Aaron Brown on the return. And it is the kicker, Crosby, who makes the tackle. And a pretty solid tackle at that. 34-yard return down to the field, and Pam Oliver.
Joe, Jim Schwartz with a couple of points of emphasis. First of all, we got to take care of the ball. Defensively, be aggressive. He said, furthermore, we're not in this. Our goal is not to just be in the game. We want to win it. Mike McCarthy, in the meantime, told me that he told the Packers at halftime, special teams, you got to play better. And, oh, yeah, he would love it when they get in the red zone. Maybe they score some touchdowns. Back to you.
All right, well, they are 0 for 2 in that category, their last two tries. in the red zone. It's a 6-point game. Toss is to Kevin Smith over the left side, and Smith picks up 3. The Packers have outgained the Lions 256 yards to 81 now after that 3-yard run. 78 in the first half total yards for the Lions. It's a difference of 178 yards, yet it's just a 6-point game.
Well, and that's why the Lions are so fortunate. I mean, you look at what happened in that first half. Of course, the turnover there by Jordy Nelson, which set up the touchdown, the lone touchdown there for Detroit. And then, you know, as Mike McCarthy said to Pam, that they failed to get the touchdowns once they got down there.
2nd down and 7 out of the shotgun. The pass is low and intercepted by Green Bay. 3rd of the day, and this time it's Woodson. Bryant Johnson, the intended receiver, and Woodson, the 5-time Pro Bowler, gets his 6th of the season.
Well, and go back to what I was saying earlier. Matthew Stafford did not play the last time these two teams met. Charles Woodson, one of the best corners in all of football, and he lays out and makes a heck of a play here. Now, did he make the catch? It looked to me like he did. But that relationship there with Charles Woodson, a very difficult pass to try to fit in, and certainly not worth it when you consider that they were going to have virtually no gain on the play, even if the reception was made.
As it is right now, the 42nd career interception. Jim Schwartz has just challenged the call.
Detroit is challenging the ruling on the field of an interception.
We gave you one look. Here is another. We'll take a break. Come back and get the call.
Bye, Bags! We love you! We love you!
I'm going to miss them so much.
Oh, I love those bags.
I love Bags.
Bags are my life. Bags are my life. Bags are my life.
Gets you right here, doesn't it? That's right.
Salvation back where there is love. I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, I'll be
Now during the GMC holiday event, get our best offer of the year. 0% APR for 72 months on a 2009 GMC Sierra.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. By Nike Pro Combat, prepare for combat. And by Visa. Visa debit is easier than cash. More people go with Visa.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands of an interception. Detroit will be charged their first time out.
So the interception stands. Charles Woodson showing great closing abilities on that interception of Matthew Stafford.
Well, he starts on the outside on Calvin Johnson and then just passes it off and comes underneath that. A throw that was clearly behind Brian Johnson, but that doesn't take away from the play that Charles Woodson was able to make. And this guy has been all over the field no matter what game you put on. I mean, he shows up each and every week.
Like college moved early.
False start. Number 73 offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Packers now are +2 today, and the turnover ratio and an NFL best +16 on the year. And for Matthew Stafford, he has been intercepted 3 or more times in a game 3 times now, and this is rookie season.
You know, Joe, I think if you start looking at Defensive Player of the Year, you'd have to have Charles Woodson on that short list. I mean, there's some good performances by a few other players around the league, but I think he's going to be garnering a few votes this year.
One of those players we'll see on Sunday take on the Chicago Bears, Jared Allen. Here's Ryan Grant right up the middle, gains 9 on 1st and 15. Delmas on the stop for the Lions.
Well, the Lions have done a good job defensively in terms of keeping Green Bay out of the end zone, and now they're going to be asked to do it once again. And I think that's part of the frustration right now for Mike McCarthy, considering the dominance that we have shown that the Packers have had throughout this game, and yet not to have more points to show for it.
Second down and 6, and the pass surprised Donald Lee. Can get his hands up in time. Now 3rd and 6. So as a Green Bay Packer team coming off back-to-back wins over Dallas when their season was kind of hanging in the balance. They got a 10-point win at home and just dominated the Cowboys last week. Took care of the 49ers and trying to win here today to go to 7-4 with that layoff before they play Baltimore on Monday, December 7th. 3rd and 6. Quick throw, pass complete to Driver, and a nice play by William James. Driver did not get to the 30, and again this defense for Detroit holds on 3rd down.
You're going to see those 3 guys, linebackers, but then they bailed out, so they didn't bring the blitz like they had showed. And Aaron Rodgers thought he had to get the ball out quick. He comes underneath, and they're able to make the tackle. Then once Donald Driver makes the catch, they had brought the blitz a lot there at the end of that second quarter. That time they showed it and pulled out and were able to make a stop.
And now on 4th and 2, the Packers will go for it. Pass on a 49-yard field goal try, and on 4th down, Rodgers loses the football. Lions will take over. Julian Peterson made the play off the edge, and good work by this Detroit defense on 4th and 2. So Julian Peterson comes in. Aaron Rodgers never felt it. Coughs it up on 4th down. Detroit has it down 6.
Now during the GMC holiday event, get our best offer of the year. 0% APR for 72 months on a 2009 GMC Sierra.
Knowing I got it right. That's what I want for Christmas.
Shop Walmart First this Friday and get SpongeBob, Tinkerbell, and other pajamas for just $3. Starting 5 a.m., Christmas costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Rated T for teen.
Does your phone alert you when you have a message? Does it alert you without interrupting what you're doing? Does it alert you without interrupting what you're doing so you can continue to, say, send a video to someone? Holding your messages till you're ready to view them? Droid does. The notification panel, your own personal gatekeeper. In a world that doesn't, Droid does.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon Football Zone with live games and highlights right on your phone. Only on VCast from America's most reliable wireless network.
First sack for the Lions defense and 28 dropbacks by Aaron Rodgers. And Green Bay now an NFL worst 1 for 7 on 4th down. Lions take over. Stafford threw an interception last time they had it. Here's Kevin Smith, no gain, and we go back to the 4th down play.
Yeah, Julian Peterson, he's the one who's coming, but you're going to see Chad Clifton here, the left tackle. He never gets out of his stance and doesn't anticipate that that's who is coming then on the rush. It's like he was anticipating some inside pressure, Peterson off the edge. But that's why Aaron Rodgers was not expecting backside pressure. He thought that what he saw should have been protected, and it should have been.
2nd and 10 Lions. Handoff is to Smith. To the right side, he takes it out just inches beyond the 39. Barnett on the stop, a gain of 3. 3rd and 7 coming up. So a total of 5 turnovers. 3 interceptions have been thrown by Stafford.
And I think that, you know, to a certain extent, you kind of expect Detroit, young quarterback playing against a good team, a good pass defense. I mean, there's going to be some poor throws. There's going to be some bad decisions. That's all part of it. But right now, I think the real concern's on the other side with this Green Bay team.
Matthews coming, and the pass incomplete. Aaron Brown, the intended receiver, and after the hold on 4th and 2, it's a quick 3 and out for the Lions on offense.
Yeah, they just have not done anything on the offensive side of the ball. They, you know, we talked about it. They got the short field, and that's how they got the 1 touchdown. Short of that, you know, this defense for Detroit has got to be getting awfully tired because they have played a lot here in this game.
Lions have just 83 yards of offense in this game, 2.5 yards per play. That's all. 2nd punt from Nick Harris. And he hits a good one. Nelson waiting from the 10. Goes nowhere. And is wrestled to the ground. Play made by D'Angelo Smith. Nothing on the return after a 51-yard punt. Packers have the ball and a 6-point lead.
There's nothing like a family get-together during the holidays. Good food, fun, and a little sibling rivalry. Introducing the Cadillac Season's Best event. See your Cadillac dealer for attractive offers. From our family to yours, Season's Best from Cadillac.
Congratulations, Jimmy.
Way to go, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your historic 4th championship, Jimmy, from everyone at Lowe's.
1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Woo!
You guys are awesome.
Lowe's congratulates Jimmy Johnson, Chad Canals, Team 48, and the entire Hendrick Motorsports racing family.
Congratulations, Team 48!
The Blind Side is a hit.
Wow.
It's an inspiring and extraordinary true story.
I like that.
The MVP of the holiday season.
What did I tell you?
Sandra Bullock, The Blind Side. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
I want to move back to Los Angeles with you.
Dad, I don't know what to say. I'm so happy.
How'd you find me? I don't work for the government anymore. Oh, this you're gonna want to hear. I'm gonna be a little late.
Dad, what's going on?
Kim, I promise, everything's fine. Get out! You're lucky I'm retired.
24. The new season begins this January on Fox.
Look at the difference in total yards. This is the 7th Green Bay possession. They haven't punted yet. Only 13 points on the board, 2 turnovers, a missed field goal, 1 touchdown, and 2 field goals by Crosby. Starting from their 10, play action from Rodgers down the middle for Driver. Donald Driver hit in stride, and he's to the Detroit 45. William James in coverage, and a beautiful throw from Aaron Rodgers for 46 yards.
Yeah, they do it off 3 backs in the backfield. You're going to see them lined up right here. those three, and so they're expecting run. They do throw it out of this, as we just saw, but they're heavy run out of that formation. Play action. Detroit expecting run. They got the extra defender up in the box, one-on-one then on the outside with James and Driver, and Aaron Rodgers just lays it out perfectly.
This time Ryan Grant gets it over the right side, lost a yard. Larry Foote on the stop for the Lions. Larry Foote, the middle linebacker who won 2 rings with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trying to slow down this Green Bay offense, and there are their leaders. Aaron Rodgers, 252 yards with a touchdown, 51 yards on the ground for Grant, and now a 128-yard day thanks to 2 big plays to Donald Driver. Second and 11, a blitz. Rodgers throws, completes. That's Finley. And Jermichael Finley spins forward for 9. Marvin White on the tackle.
Well, Green Bay, they really got this Detroit defense confused on what they have to do in order to try to slow down this Packer offense. I mean, they just seem to be one step behind, and they have not gotten the pressure on Aaron Rodgers with a 4-man rush, and then they bring the pressure like we saw there, and they do a good job of picking it up, and then you got one-on-one outside. I mean, I've been impressed with what Green Bay has done. They've just not done anything once they've gotten to this part of the field.
It's 3rd down and a long 2. Rodgers throws, and he hits Driver for a 1st down. And the 3-time Pro Bowler Donald Driver's having a nice day. 135 yards. That was good for 7.
Yeah, Donald Driver in his 11th season, and a lot of these teams that come in and play the Packers, they look at how they're going to match up against these skill players, and oftentimes a lot of the attention goes to Greg Jennings, and Donald Driver gets a lot of the one-on-one matchups, and not the fastest guy. He's winding down clearly within his career, but he always makes the tough catch and always seems to be there when you need to make a play.
Rodgers rolling right. Throws for Jordy Nelson, who makes a nice catch. With William James on him, Jordy Nelson good for 18 yards.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson still trying to make amends for that fumbled kickoff to open up the game, and this is a heck of a catch by him. He's running back towards this ball. Aaron Rodgers throws this one with some pretty good heat on it, so you're coming back down the line and a ball out and away. A good catch by him.
So this is the 4th time the Packers have been inside the Detroit red zone. So far, 1 touchdown, 2 field goals. Quick throw, and the pass incomplete for Ryan Grant. 7.5 to go in this 3rd quarter. William James just checked himself out of the lineup. Anthony Henry comes in. James is winded. They've been testing him at 2nd and 10. Good pocket for Rodgers, now flushed a bit. Pulls it down, and he's brought down from behind by Julian Peterson. A gain of 5. It's 3rd down.
Pretty good coverage there by Detroit. Green Bay goes with a bunch set to Aaron Rodgers' left. They're trying to get a crossing route underneath all of that. Initially, Rodgers started to go to him, and then he got flushed out of the pocket and was able to get some yardage. But now another big 3rd down for this Detroit team, which, as you said, Joe, has done a good job, not in slowing them down, but at least stopping them inside the red zone today.
It's 3rd down and 5. Rodgers throws, end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown, Donald Driver. What a day he's putting together here in Detroit.
Aaron Rodgers on that play took a pretty good lick too, and he put this ball really where he had to. Like it was kind of on his back shoulder. You're going to see the pressure up the middle. Aaron had to get rid of this football, and he put it right there just in time before the defensive back was able to then make a play.
5th receiving touchdown of the year for Donald Driver. And Crosby makes it 20-7. 7 catches, 142 yards on the day. Now a touchdown for Driver, who's having a happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, my name is Woody. I have 2 girls and they get into everything, especially when it comes to this. So I had an idea. I need some control. You know, control how much time they spend on the PC. Next thing you know, Windows 7 comes out. Now it's really easy to get between them and all the wrong stuff. I thought it up. Microsoft did it. Feels so good to be heard once in a while. I'm a PC, and Windows 7 was my idea.
Do you need some help?
M&M's. Have them at your party.
Hey, look, we're on the guest list.
That's the menu.
If Toyota gets credit for being the most fuel-efficient car company in America, well, then how do you explain all this? Chevy Malibu, Cobalt, Silverado, and the all-new Equinox. Compare them to anyone. May the best car win.
All the icicles falling, falling, ooh. All the icicles falling, falling, ooh. All the icicles are falling.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Chevy. Put us up against anyone and may the best car win.
How about Donald Driver starting with a Thanksgiving game here 2 years ago in 07. He's played 5 games against the Lions. Has 37 catches for 559 yards against Detroit. And now his 3rd touchdown in that span as he has made it 20-7. Here is the rookie, and Aaron Brown almost broke it. First guy there was Havener, and a return of 21 yards back to the touchdown.
Yeah, this is what you've got to be willing to do if you're going to play quarterback in this league. You know the blitz is coming. You hang in there, and you deliver the throw right there. He knows he's got someone barreling down on him, but he hangs in, and you know he could have let Driver up the field a little bit more to make it a little bit easier, but a touchdown nonetheless. And that's the frustration by Jim Schwartz. I mean, he's tried to do a lot of different things within this scheme defensively to slow down this Packer offense. And other than slowing them down and stopping them in the red zone, they've just not been successful.
That was Kevin Hobbs who was coming on a blitz. He's there one step too late. And now Stafford underneath hits Fitzsimmons, the tight end. Casey Fitzsimmons, his team down by 13 points, lunges for 8 yards, brought down by Barnett. When we talked to Mike McCarthy, the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, he told us last night, you know, we have more stars and better players on defense than we do offense. Got a pretty good young quarterback, 25-year-old Aaron Rodgers, 4 good receivers, 2 tight ends, and the offensive line is starting to round into shape. Now leading by 13 points. Here's Kevin Smith. And Smith ran into a wall, a loss of 1. 3rd down coming up. Hawk was in there to make the stop with B.J. Raji.
You know, Green Bay has so many good players there on the offensive side, and they get a lot of the attention when you start talking about this team. But I would agree with that with Mike McCarthy. And defensively, they've got some playmakers as well. We know that with Charles Woodson and Nick Collins, of course, Nick Barnett. And then they added to that with B.J. Raji and Clay Matthews. I think Clay Matthews is having one heck of a season here as a rookie.
3rd down and 3. Stafford over the middle, nice pass and a completion for a 1st down to Fitzsimmons. Jared Bush was on him, a gain of 6 and a 1st down for the Lions.
Yeah, that ball was contested pretty good, but Matthew Stafford is able to put this ball in a perfect spot where only Fitzsimmons then can make the play. You're going to have any type of success against this Packer defense, you better put it in the right spot because they're as tough as any to complete passes against.
78 yards, 3 interceptions for Stafford, first down. Play action from Matthew Stafford. He throws and the pass is caught. That's Johnson. And Bryant Johnson is good for 17 yards. Cullen Jenkins with pressure, but Stafford hung in and completed it to Bryant Johnson.
Pretty athletic move here by Matthew Stafford, rolling to the right and then gets flushed, and to still be able to have the arm strength to lay this one out with a guy running away from him with good coverage.
He's hurt.
You throw that one behind, and that one's intercepted also.
Cullen Jenkins was trying to get off the field, could not do it, so he's down on a knee right at midfield. Green Bay Packers were told also lost Chad Clifton on the last possession out with a hamstring injury. His return is uncertain. That was the longest play of the day for the Lions, a 17-yard completion to Johnson. First down when we come back.
What can I say? I've got discriminating taste.
It's true.
I never thought that I would find the one, and I mean, I found ones in the past that I liked, but none that I really loved.
Until now?
Until now. It's awesome.
Do you love the taste of your beer this much?
We still on for tonight, right?
Well, you could. Try the great Pilsner taste of a triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
The jaw drop. That's what I want for Christmas.
Shop Walmart first this Friday and get a TomTom One GPS for only $59. Starting 5 a.m., Christmas costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Should see your faces.
Rated PG-13.
I'm Sergeant Patrick Dunn from Raleigh, North Carolina with the 82nd Airborne Division in Afghanistan. We all want to wish everyone back home a happy Thanksgiving. Go Cowboys. Go Vikings. Go Panthers.
All the way from Afghanistan to you on this Thanksgiving. 4:16, and now the clock starts to wind. It's a first down for Detroit, down by 13 points. A good drive so far being put together by Stafford. Word on Cullen Jenkins had the wind knocked out of him. He will return as Stafford has all day and goes down the field for Bryant Johnson, incomplete. Coverage by Tramon Williams, who's now the starting corner opposite Charles Woodson after the injury to Al Harris. And you look at the numbers against the Packers. The Lions have been outscored 46-7 and outgained in total yards 787 to 261. Shut out 26-0. The Lions were at Green Bay October 18th. 2nd and 10. Handoff is to Kevin Smith. And Smith is to the 36, a gain of 7.
Kevin Smith is one of those young players that kind of got Scott Linehan excited about coming here and being the offensive coordinator when he had the opportunity to come interview for this job, and knowing that there were a couple of pieces in place, that being Kevin Smith and then of course Calvin Johnson, and then knowing that Detroit had the #1 pick and there was a good chance they were going to take a quarterback. This is going to be a work in progress, but I agree with him. There's some good players here to work with for the future.
3rd down and 4 for the Lions. Stafford throws, and he is almost picked off for the 4th time today. This time Jared Bush, who has moved up the pecking order in the secondary for the Green Bay Packers, almost had it.
Well, Casey Fitzsimmons does a great job here of playing defensive back, because Bush had that right in his hands and should have intercepted it anyway, but knowing that he had no opportunity to make the play, he then became the defensive player and did what he could to keep it from being intercepted.
Now a 54-yard try by Jason Hanson in his 18th year. Trying to draw it in, and he misses wide to the right. So it's still a 20-7 Green Bay Packer lead here in Detroit. And we start looking at the playoff picture in the NFC. There are the division leaders, with the undefeated New Orleans Saints about to take on the New England Patriots on Monday night. The playoff picture for the wild card right now, the 2 6-4 teams with Philadelphia and these Green Bay Packers. The Giants obviously right there. Atlanta 5-5, and then it drops off to sub 500 teams, the 49ers, the Panthers, and the Bears.
Yeah, and for the most part, I mean, other than the NFC East, the division winners are pretty much decided, you know, short of a collapse. But this wild card race is really going to be something.
Pump fake by Aaron Rodgers, and the pass is broken up for the tight end Donald Lee. The Giants will play tonight out in Denver. And they got a win in overtime last week over the Atlanta Falcons. That was a big one to get to 6-4.
Huge win for a team that had lost 4 in a row, and then playing Atlanta at home, knowing that they were turning right around 4 days later at Denver. Even though Denver has struggled, that is not going to be an easy game. And yet I think that, you know, obviously another big game for them. And if they're able to win that one, the Dallas game a week from Sunday becomes huge.
Here's Rodgers, who flips it forward for Ryan Grant, room to run. And he is brought down at the 30-yard line. They'll mark him at the 29 by Marvin White. A 27-yard catch and run by Ryan Grant.
Well, this Detroit defense has been holding up as well as they could throughout this game in terms of not giving up points. But it's just asking too much now. It was a screen all the way, and Aaron Rodgers runs the shuffle play off of it, shovels it out there to him, and well executed. We've seen a number of screens now by Green Bay that have been very, very successful, but this defense for Detroit is clearly getting tired.
Aaron Rodgers now over 300 yards through the air for the 8th time in his career, 4th time this season. And Ryan Grant carries it as we're approaching 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. 4-yard gain by Grant. He's been over 300 in all 4 career starts against the Lions. 2nd down and 7. Grant checks out, getting off that 129-yard day. At home against the 49ers last week. Another good effort here this afternoon. 2nd and 7. Pass is complete. James Jones. William James makes the stop. A gain of 5. 3rd and short coming up.
You know, it used to be that you played on Thanksgiving. Of course, Dallas and Detroit over the years, they always were. And for those teams that are in the playoff picture, it's always been a big advantage for them being able to have 10 days then before their next game. Green Bay, we've seen them on Thanksgiving in recent years, but now I think that we see that NFL Network game on Thursday nights. I don't know that there's as big an advantage as there once was, but being able to get rested up for that stretch run is awfully good for these teams that are in the hunt.
It's 3rd down and 2. Rodgers to his right finds an open receiver. That's Jones, and Jones is in for the touchdown. James Jones gets his 4th of the season. And now the Packers have opened it up. A chance to lead by 20 with the extra point coming.
It just took a while for this Packer team to really start hitting on all cylinders. They were going through the motions there in the early part of the first half, and you know, they've continued to get better, and here in the second half they've just opened it up.
21 yards on the touchdown. And Crosby makes it a 20-point game. Well, Troy, I'm getting it. To grab the award that we will be handing out at the end of the game. Here it is. Looks like it's made out of chocolate. It's not.
You know, it's changed a lot over the years from where it began, and this is now, yeah, you hold it. This is now our version, and as we said earlier, Dre Bly really the only one who showed a lot of excitement when he did receive it, and right now I'd have to say that Donald Driver is kind of running away with this one here, Aaron Rodgers, and we'll see what maybe their reaction is when this one's over.
Who actually votes on it?
A lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I would pick Donald Driver at this point. Even though Rodgers has had a great game, Donald Driver has been his favorite target of the day with basically 1 quarter left. But we ran through the names, the guys who have won it. Emmitt Smith, Dre Bly, Julius Jones, Michael Vick, Tony Romo, Brett Favre, DeMarcus Ware. Here is a kick to Aaron Brown off the foot of Crosby, and Brown is out to the 22. But this was one of our fond Thanksgiving memories when Dre Bly actually acted excited after winning it in 2003. Here's his day playing against Brett Favre. 2 interceptions and a forced fumble. Lions won that game 22-14. And then, like a hero's welcome, Dre Bly into the locker room with the older version, my personal favorite, of the 2 galloping gobblers that have been pieced together by the art department at Fox.
Well, I thought it was pretty funny talking with Aaron Rodgers. I said, what was your memories as a kid of watching the Thanksgiving game? And he says, I don't really remember much about the plays or the teams. All I remember is John Madden's 8-legged turkey.
Handoff is to Kevin Smith. Did you ever win that thing? Did you ever get to take a bite out of the turducken or whatever they call it?
You know, I did one year, and you know, I don't think it's appropriate for the quarterbacks to be digging into that turducken. That I found out that was later what it was called. But the guy who always enjoyed it was Nate Newton, and I think Madden and Summerall, I think they always made a point, no matter how we played, of making sure that Nate was one of the MVPs of the game so he could get one of those legs.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 play. Stafford completes. That's the tight end Will Heller, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. It's a 27-7 Green Bay lead after 3. The NFL on Fox will continue after a word from your local Fox station.
You wore a vest? Where's my vest?
I'm your vest.
Calendar may say November, but the savings say year-end clearance. Toyota's Thanksgiving sales event features some of the best deals of the year. Like this Camry, the best midsize car for the money. Now with 0% financing. Or $750 cash back. Or lease this Camry now for just $169 a month. That's $169 a month for a Camry. But hurry, Toyota's Thanksgiving sales event ends November 30th. See your Toyota dealer now.
You know, a lot can happen in a year. Life changes. Your insurance coverage should change too. People get married, move, have kids. That's why Nationwide Insurance does an On Your Side review. We help you get the right coverage at the right price. I'm Marlene Daly, and I'm on your side. Switch to Nationwide Insurance now.
Call 1-877-NATIONWIDE.
Whenever you're feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time. Gather together with friends friends and family, it's Skyline time. Wholesome, hearty food and a taste that's so divine. Together, at last, it's Skyline time. Skyline.
The Fox 19 Evening News. Now at 6.
Singers like you, why I like doing this show. You're just good.
It's 3rd down and 3 as we start the 4th quarter here in Detroit. Stafford in trouble, just throws it away as he got outside the pocket. Chased by the rookie Brad Jones, who has taken the place of the injured Aaron Campman, who tore his left ACL in the 3rd quarter last week against San Francisco. And so a punt coming from Nick Harris with Jordy Nelson waiting for it. Nelson with a blocker out in front of him. Gets to the 31 and then gets popped. D'Angelo Smith was there. Vinny Churchill. Dizon. Aaron Rodgers has had quite a combo with Donald Driver. They head back to the field on a big offensive day for Green Bay.
Being a college student, money is always, an issue. And for me, the fact that a hybrid would be able to save me money and also help the environment out, it's kind of like a no-brainer.
That look on their faces? That's what I want for Christmas.
Shop Walmart First this Friday and get the season's hottest toys for just $9 each. Starting 5 a.m., Christmas costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Honey, a yellow book moment is about to happen. I got that job at the demolition company.
What do they do?
Dynamite, blasting caps, that sort of thing.
When you need something on a moment's notice, that's a Yellow Book moment. The moment you need it, Yellow Book it.
Hey. Your map's blocking the game.
Oh, sorry, I'm just checking the other scores.
Is my map in the way? No, you good.
To get 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, come to the Verizon Wireless under $30 sale. Get great gifts like the Nokia Twist or even a Gateway netbook for just $29.99. But don't wait, sale ends Monday. Verizon Wireless.
Love that lift gate. It's amazing. If I'm coming back from like a hockey game or something and I'm walking up to the car, I got sticks and everything. It's just easy. I got the keys in my hand, hit the button, it opens up.
Today's game is sponsored by Walmart. Christmas costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better, Walmart. By Bud Light, with the just right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability. And by Ford. Drive one.
Oh, but it started out so well for Detroit. A 7-0 lead. Defense pretty good inside their own red zone, but now the Packers have pulled away. Up 27-7 and a handoff to Ryan Grant. And Grant picks up 2. Packers 400 yards of offense for the 7th time in the last 9 games, and we show you Chevy, Andy. It's Andy Mitchell for a 2nd and 8 play. Dave Thrower leading our fantasy football league.
How are you doing in that?
That's Drano, and then I'm down the Drano. There's Don Cornelli. What am I, 2 and 8? 2 and 7, whatever I am. I stink. This proves I know nothing what I'm talking about on any given Sunday. As Ryan Grant plows ahead to bring up 3rd down. How are you doing? Was that your way of eventually having me ask you how you're doing in the fantasy football league?
Okay, I'm doing all right. Hanging in there.
One day at a time. Try to help the team any way you can.
You know, we saw this Packer team come out and start this game running the football, and then they started throwing it and doing the things that we kind of anticipated coming in. And on 1st and 2nd down here in this 4th quarter, now just trying to take time off this clock as much as they can.
It's 3rd down and 7 as Rodgers rolls to his left, gets hit, stays on his feet, hits Donald Lee. And after all that, Donald Lee was good for a loss of 2, but Aaron Rodgers is down and slow to get up. Now up and jogging off the field.
Well, it was a heck of a job by Aaron Rodgers just keeping this thing alive. And when he makes the completion out here, I mean, it looked like they were going to pick up the 1st down without any problem whatsoever with Lee. But Joe Cohen and Julian Peterson did a great job of just continuing to play and gave great effort. You know, that's not what Mike McCarthy's wanting to see at this point in the game, is quarterback Aaron Rodgers taking those kinds of hits.
Well, the defense for Green Bay is playing so well that we could see some of Matt Flynn, the 2nd-year player out of LSU, before the end of this day, and it may be sooner rather than later after that last hit on Rodgers. Good punt, and the first of the day by Kapanos. Dennis Northcutt on the return. Decent blocking, and Northcutt is out of bounds at the 25. Matt Stafford will go back to the field. Last week he took over the ball game at the end. In fact, at one point the Lions trailed 24-3 in the 1st quarter, but this, a Hail Mary pass interference call. Stafford dislocates or separates his left shoulder. Cleveland calls a timeout. Stafford begs his way back onto the field and throws a game-winning 1-yard touchdown to Brandon Pettigrew, fellow rookie, NFC Offensive Player of the Week, and the youngest player in league history to throw 5 touchdowns in a game. And a rookie record 422 yards passing in that 1-point win over the Cleveland Browns.
I thought he showed great awareness on the sideline with an injured shoulder, that once the timeout was made by Cleveland, that he could go back in the game and play. And I think in a lot of ways he showed even more toughness, or has shown more toughness, coming back 4 days later and playing in this game.
He needs only 323 more yards to equal last week's effort. Here's Northcutt. That'll help. Dennis Northcutt is down inside the 25. So a little life on offense for the Detroit Lions, and Matthew Stafford. There's 47 yards for the rookie.
We saw him throw a touchdown pass last week to Calvin Johnson, similar to this, running to his left, but he's got amazing arm strength with that kind of move to be able to throw the ball as well as he can. I mean, this one's more of a dart that is a well-thrown football. Last week he threw it about 55 yards in the air, doing the same thing, rolling out to his left. You know, he'll show you the glimpses that this organization saw when they made him the #1 pick.
On 1st down, Stafford over the middle hits his tailback Kevin Smith. It was down to the 6. So the Lions trying to make it more interesting here in the 4th quarter. That was a 16-yard catch and run by Kevin Smith. 3rd-round pick last year out of Central Florida. And Jim Schwartz watching his team not quit here in the 4th quarter on Thanksgiving against Green Bay. 1st and goal from the 6. Hand off to Smith. Down inside the 2. Play made by Nick Barnett. Gain of 5. Nick Collins there as well. And it's 2nd and goal.
Well, it's a good drive right here by Detroit, primarily because they're not taking a lot of time moving the ball. We've got, now it looks like Kevin Smith on the ground. But they get a quick score here and cut this to a 2-possession game, and anything can happen.
Just talked about how well the Green Bay Packers defense has been playing, and that's no longer the case. And so that would force the Green Bay first-string offense to head back to the field when they get it back. It's 2nd and goal with the ball resting at the 1. There's the day. 89 total yards from scrimmage for Kevin Smith, who looks dazed coming off the field.
This Detroit team has just had to overcome a lot throughout the year on both sides of the ball, with various players missing time.
Second down and goal. Pass is broken up for Calvin Johnson and nearly picked off. It's 3rd and goal from the 1.
I couldn't even tell how that ball got there. You know, it had to travel through a lot of people. You know, a slant route there to his left and trying to fit it in. You see Clay Matthews, he was actually dropping off in coverage and just trying to stick it in, and he actually still had a chance to make that play.
Extra men on the rush. The pass is broken up, incomplete for Northcutt. Jared Bush was out there defending for Green Bay, and Bush is part of that trickle-down effect with the injury to Al Harris. Bush is now the nickel back. Brandon Underwood becomes the dime back, a 6th defensive back, and 2 more added. Josh Bell and Trevor Ford are available to the Green Bay defense. It's 4th and goal.
Yeah, and this is the part that I just don't understand. You know, for them to be where they were and throw it on 2 consecutive downs, you'd think that, you know, if given 3 plays to run it, you could pick this up on the ground. Now they're going to be throwing it again.
Here's a heave out of the back of the end zone, and Stafford ends up on the ground, and the Green Bay defense holds. What a day. As on 4th and goal from the 1 with Bigby coming on a blitz. The Packers take over up 20.
Hi, Jimmy Football here. Do you ever have trouble putting on a condiment? I know I do. Introducing the Bud Light 3-in-1 condiment gun. Ketchup, mustard, relish, all at once. What?
I hate fumbling around for condiments.
Thanks, Bud Light.
Awesome.
Because it's tailgate approved.
That is a ton of pepperoni.
That was delivered fast.
It's not delivery, and we'd like it back.
Do you order one too?
Can I have my pizza, please?
You've reached Greg and Doug.
That's not yours.
If you leave your name and number...
Can I have the pizza back, please?
New DiGiorno Ultimate Toppings Pepperoni with 50% more awesome pepperoni. For more of what you love, taste, believe. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno Ultimate Toppings.
Don't come down here. We're naked.
I can see you.
Let's all go to Shack Friday. Let's all go to Shack Friday. Let's all go to Shack Friday and get ourselves some gifts.
We don't do this, or this for just any old sport. No, we only do this for football. And Visa Debit helps fans everywhere make the most of it. More people go with Visa.
For the first time, we're seeing Matthew Stafford wince, show that he's in pain with that separated left shoulder. Green Bay takes over at its own 1, and the handoff is to Ryan Grant, who just got it out of the end zone. Aaron Rodgers almost fell flat on his face getting out from under center.
Yeah, you see Aaron Renner, it looked like he got stepped on and then barely is able to make the handoff, and Ryan Grant was stopped short of the goal line but kept moving and was able to finally get it out of the end zone. Good job on his part. And big Grady Jackson falling on top of him. Grady Jackson's been doing it a long time and still does it with a smile on his face, and always a pleasure to see him.
2nd down and 10. Again, it's Ryan Grant. Can he get out of the end zone? No, it's a safety. The ball comes out, and they're saying touchdown. Touchdown, Lions. Delmas knocked it out, and Dizon came away with a football for what's being ruled a touchdown.
Yeah, this time they try to take it off tackle because they didn't want to run right into the teeth of Grady Jackson in the middle, and a good job there by Delmas coming up in run support and then knocking the ball loose.
Well, it's the difference between a touchdown and a safety. Dizon gets it, and McCarthy could challenge. He's got the flag in his hand, and here comes the challenge to see if Grant was down before the ball came out. Either way, it's a score for this defense. It's either a safety or a touchdown, and let's take a look.
Green Bay is challenging that the runner was down in the end zone, which would have been a safety instead of a touchdown.
Looks like the left elbow is down.
Yeah, it's close.
We'll get the call when we come back.
It gets about 350 miles to a tank. I was going probably once a week with my other car, and now it's like once every other week. That's like 50% savings, I guess, right there.
In all the years we've been coming here, I've never seen a storm like this. I'm right here, and I always will be.
The new Love's Embrace collection from Kay Jewelers. Now you can surround her with the strength of your love. Give her diamonds in a design that captures the comfort found in each other's arms. One more reason Kay is the #1 jewelry store in America.
Don't let go. Ever.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
With a nation in crisis, President Nelson Mandela takes office.
This country is hungry for greatness. We need inspiration.
Mandela wants us to win the World Cup.
From director Clint Eastwood.
Times change, and we need to change as well.
This is a great opportunity.
You're risking your future as our leader.
The day I am afraid to do that, I am no longer fit to lead.
Morgan Freeman, Matt Damon.
This is it. This is our destiny.
Invictus, rated PG-13, December 11th.
Hey, heads up. In 2 days, 25 players will be selected as semifinalists for the 2010 Hall of Fame. But will they be the right 25? Van Heusen and JCPenney are giving you the power to vote at fanschoice.com. Tell the Hall what you think.
When I first moved in, one of my roommates actually injured herself and had to go to the emergency room. I was able to, press the emergency button, and it's able to let me know where the closest hospitals are.
Today's game is sponsored by Sprint. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, the Now Network, official wireless service sponsor of the NFL.
We've had a look at it on replay. Looks like the left elbow is down of Ryan Grant, which would mean safety instead of touchdown. And here comes the call from Bill Levy.
After reviewing the play, the runner's left elbow was down in the end zone before the ball came out. It is a safety. Green Bay will not be charged a timeout.
So a good challenge and a difference in the end, most likely of 5 points. And there's the left elbow right there. Ball comes out. It's a safety. And now a free kick coming from Green Bay back to the Lions. But it's a 27-9 game instead of potentially 27-14.
Well, we'll see now if Detroit's able to do anything offensively and get the ball back down there and get some points back on the board. It was a good challenge by McCarthy and a good ruling, and they should get pretty good field position after this. I think that shoulder really is starting to bother Matthew Stafford. We showed him on the bench and the grimace, and based on what we're seeing here, you could tell it's starting to give him a little bit of problems, because throughout that first half it did not appear to be bothering him too much. Of course, he's taking a lot more hits here in the second half.
Meanwhile, the backup
hadn't sounded for the kickoff.
Meanwhile, the backup, Dante Culpepper's been grimacing over on the bench because he didn't get the start.
Different kind of grimace.
Thinking he was going to get a national TV shot here today. Three-time Pro Bowler who's lost 11 of his last 12 starts and who's bounced around now. Really had a good run going with the Minnesota Vikings. Last year he started every game in a season 2004. Threw for over 4,700 yards.
9:18 on the game clock. 9:18, please.
9:18 left in this game.
Well, I think when you talk about Dante Culpepper, I mean, nobody knows his game better than offensive coordinator Scott Linehan. So when Linehan got named the offensive coordinator here in Detroit, I'm sure that Culpepper was looking forward to it, knowing that if he did in fact get an opportunity, he'd do some of the things that allowed him to have so much success there in Minnesota.
Beautiful punt by Kapanos. And Northcutt from inside the 20. Looking for a quick strike and a good return into Green Bay Packer territory. Tramon Williams on the stop. And a 33-yard return by Dennis Northcutt.
Northcutt makes a nice return on it, and then he just got out ahead of his blockers. It looked like he might have been able to get a little bit more out of this once he got to the sideline there. He just wasn't able to slow down enough to allow the blockers to stay out in front. But nevertheless, a good return, and as expected, great field position here for Detroit.
At the Green Bay 48. Lions 74 yards on their last drive. They had just 126 in their first 9 possessions. They start with it on the ground, and the handoff is to Kevin Smith. First guy there, Johnny Jolly, a gain of just 2. It's a doubleheader Sunday on Fox this Sunday. And here are the matchups. Redskins and Eagles early. Panthers at Jets. Bucks at Falcons. Seahawks at the Rams. And then late, the Bears at Brett Favre and the Vikings. Team with only 1 loss. Here is Stafford. Flushed out of the pocket. And now lands on that right shoulder as he's dragged down by the rookie Brad Jones, who's taken the place of the injured Aaron Campman. It's now 3rd and 8, and Stafford is definitely in pain.
Yeah, he's got flushed out of the pocket. I don't know that he really needed to take off like he did. But it's clearly bothering him, and I think, you know, as a staff, then you gotta look at this and say, okay, are we risking anything here by playing him? And you know, what's the purpose? I mean, if they're not able to do anything here on this drive, I've got to imagine that they're going to then go with Dante Culpepper and try to eliminate the hits now that Matthew Stafford's been taken.
It's 3rd down and 8. Quick throw, Northcutt, and a good sure-handed tackle by Nick Collins. It's 4th down. Gain of only 4.
You know, and if you're going to play Matthew Stafford, then I think there's got to be a little more urgency in terms of what they're doing. I mean, they're still taking their time, huddling up and calling the plays. Not surprising that they're going for it here on 4th down, but I would think if he's going to be in the game and you're going to make a run at trying to get back in this thing, then you would expect that they would go no huddle.
Yeah, it's still a 3-score game. On 4th down, Stafford throws and he hits Will Heller, the tight end, who's got a first down at the 30. And all Jim Schwartz has to do, the head coach, is look out on the field, and after every time Stafford gets rid of the ball, he's wincing in pain. That was good for 13 yards and a conversion on 4th down.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that even though it's his non-throwing shoulder, that left shoulder is very, very important when throwing the football. I mean, you got to clear that left side. There's a lot of force then on it.
Backpedaling as he hits Maurice Morris. And a nice completion on 1st down of 11 yards. Back to the previous play and the completion to Will Heller. That left arm just hanging. Over 7 to play. 27-9 game. Stafford getting rid of it quickly now. Heller, another catch, good for 5.
They've been able to get some matchups there with Will Heller underneath on the linebackers. And all Green Bay is trying to do right now is just play coverage, force them to come underneath. Yeah, they're giving up some yardage. They just don't want to give up the quick score. Knowing that Detroit, like they did on the previous possession, going for the touchdown.
Pass is for Johnson and incomplete. Calvin Johnson with coverage by Charles Woodson. Those two have seen a lot of each other today. It's third down.
Yeah, here's Calvin Johnson, and this is a good matchup. And Charles Woodson has done a heck of a job throughout this game. And Calvin Johnson, I think, has unbelievable abilities. And in fact, I agree with Scott Linehan in talking with him that I don't even think Calvin Johnson knows how good he can be. Been a lot of comparisons with him and Randy Moss. They've got a lot of the same type of skill sets. Of course, Scott Linehan spent some time there in Minneapolis with Randy Moss. But I think Calvin Johnson, I think he can still get a lot better.
Third down and 5. This pass is complete. And it should be enough for a first down. Maurice Morris out of the backfield. He's slow to get up. A little limp. And it is enough for a first down. First and goal for the Lions, down by 18.
You see so many of these balls that are being greatly contested by the Packers, and Stafford having to be near perfect on every throw in order to get a completion.
Handoff is to Smith, back in the ball game, and he goes nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. Play made by Barnett, the middle linebacker.
Yeah, they haven't gotten much out of the running game all day long, and just trying to mix one up there. They've been throwing the ball and see if they can sneak a big hitter off the draw. But if they're going to score, it's going to be on the right arm of Matthew Stafford.
Lions with 20 carries in this game. Their longest gain just 6 yards. Stafford's in trouble, chased by Jones. Rookie chasing rookie, and Stafford wisely hops out of bounds. A gain of 5.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford was looking for Calvin Johnson and just saw good coverage and didn't want to give him a chance. And you know, when he got flushed out to the left for a minute there, it looked like Stafford was going to lower his shoulder and maybe try to barrel into the end zone. And this was the smartest decision he's made all day. Just getting out of bounds and protecting himself.
So now Calvin Johnson comes out on 3rd and goal from just inside the 4. Eric Fowler, who doesn't have a catch this season, number 18, is in his place. This is when you want Calvin Johnson on the field. Blitz coming over the middle. The pass is incomplete. No flags. Kevin Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 4th and goal.
Yeah, it looked to me like there was contact made before the ball arrived. The Packers brought the blitz up the middle, and they got what they wanted. But again, another contested ball by Green Bay.
And now a 22-yard field goal try coming. Jason Hanson to make it a 2-score game. This to make it a 15-point game. Just over 5 minutes to play. Detroit with 2 timeouts left. The chip shot is good. 27-12. 5:01 left here at Ford Field.
Welcome to the Now Network. Franny, Matt, and James just got 3 of Sprint's best 3G phones. Franny has the Palm Pre, which runs multiple apps at the same time.
Franny!
James the Jet Setter can call from just about anywhere in the world with the International BlackBerry Tour. And Matt has the customizable HTC Hero with Google, giving him access to thousands of apps. Bringing you the first and only wireless 4G network, and this holiday season, the most impressive lineup of phones. Sprint, the Now Network.
The 3 of them going bonkers. That's what I want for Christmas.
Shop Walmart first this Friday and get an Emerson 32-inch HD TV for only $248. Starting 5 a.m., Christmas costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Okay, so you're driving up to the lake for the weekend when suddenly a big boat pulls up next to you and you notice, hey, it's yours. That's when it occurs to you that while having a lot of towing power is nice, a little control to go with it would be great too. Enter the Ford F-150. It's got the most towing and now an advanced trailer sway control system. And guess what? It's standard. Anchors away, baby. It's not just a pickup truck. It's a Ford F-150.
Fee. Fi. Fo. Fum. Big Blue's coming to spoil the fun. Giants Broncos Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Matthew Stafford 5 of 8 for 39 yards on that 44-yard drive, which ended with Hansen knocking it through from 22 yards out. It's a 15-point game. Packers expect an onside kick with 5:01 left. Let's see if they get it. Hansen kicks it deep with Woodson back to grab it just outside the 5. And Woodson, who's doing it all this season for Green Bay, forced out by Dizon, a return of 18 yards from beautiful Ford Field. We look back in time at the Pontiac Silverdome, a stadium that was built for $55 million, opened in 1975, home of the Lions until 2001. And it just sold for $583,000 to a Canadian developer. And they plan on playing some soccer in that facility. Here's a quick throw to Jennings. And a completion of 5 yards. You get the Silverdome, Troy, plus 120 acres of land for $583,000.
That blows me away. When I heard that, I could not believe that the land alone. But I don't know what to make of that. I know things are depressed all around the country, certainly are here in this Detroit area. But that was amazing to me.
Timeout taken by Detroit. They're left with 1. Some great Thanksgiving memories from the Silverdome. And now the Lions call Ford Field home, as they have since 2002. 2nd down and 5. Handoff is to Grant. Lions need a stop to have any hope of a comeback, a gain of 2. 3rd down coming up. We go back to 1962. Thanksgiving Day memory. November 22nd. The Lions fearsome foursome sacked Packers Bart Starr 11 times in a 26-14 Detroit win. The only loss of the season for the Packers, who went on to win the championship. They came in to that game 10-0. And it was a great defensive effort. Roger Brown had 5 sacks before sacks were an official stat. And it was 32-year-old Don Shula who ran the defense for Detroit. That kind of put him on the map, a nationally televised game. And the next year, Carroll Rosenblum hired Don Shula to be the head coach of the Baltimore Colts.
Yeah, you think about it, 11 sacks in that game, and yeah, before it became an official statistic. And I know guys like Deacon Jones and so many of them, you know, it's a shame that they can't go back and really determine how many sacks a lot of these guys have. And I think it would be a lot for a number of them.
On 3rd down and 3, a good play is made by this defense. And it was Levy, the rookie linebacker, who made the stop on Ryan Grant to force 4th down. And it gives the Lions at least hope with no timeouts remaining, down by 15.
Well, they did it a week ago, and it looked pretty improbable. But a good job there by the defense. Of course, now they're without any timeouts. And the Packers trying to run the ball and pick up the 1st down and run this thing out, and just failed to do that.
Kapanos will punt it. And the Lions almost got there. That hits Jared Bush in the back, goes backward, and the Lions will start this drive just inside their own 35. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Kaleidoscope on Ice, featuring the historic return to the ice of cancer survivors Scott Hamilton and Dorothy Hamill. That's coming up next here on Fox. Saw Scott Hamilton perform on the Today Show the other day. He can still do it. Impressive. 3 minutes 55 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Stafford out of the shotgun. Throws, and he's intercepted. That's Woodson, his second of the day. Stafford won't get him. Touchdown, Packers. Trying to force it to Calvin Johnson, and Charles Woodson has 2 today and 7 on the season.
Now do we hand him to the Defensive Player of the Year award?
I mean, he is doing everything, including putting his name on the short list for our award, the Galloping Gobbler, at the end of the day.
Well, a lot of what Detroit has been doing has been the quick throws, and Charles Woodson anticipating it once again. He sits on the route. He's got help over the top and comes right underneath at a ball that was intended for Calvin Johnson.
That blows it open. This to make it 34-12 with 3:47 remaining. 38-yard return, and for Woodson, his second touchdown of the season. Joe Stevens runs this operation when the truck shows up, and Greg Scopatoni saying hi to family and friends back home as we make our way toward the front of the truck. And our thanks, if we don't get the opportunity, to Dave Schwalbe, who is our spotter in the booth, Ed Svita, statistician, and of course Steve Horn, our editorial consultant. There they are. Hello, hello, hello. That was Dave Schwalbe on your left, just so you can differentiate, and Steve Horn hiding in the shadows in the back. So Driver, is he having the gobbler taken away from him by Charles Woodson? Who would you give it to?
Well, I tell you, I mean, I was in Donald Driver's corner, but speaking of corners, I might have to change my vote there with the job that Charles Woodson has done. And you know, this is a game that Green Bay, you know, has got to feel pretty good about. They didn't play great there early and kind of went through the motions there in the first half, but to be able to come on the way that they have here in the second half on a quick turnaround, knowing that they now are going to have that big break, put 3 games in a row. I think now you look back on that Tampa loss, and well, that was the one real blemish that they wish they didn't have.
Aaron Brown on the return, can't get to the 20. He's brought down at the 17-yard line. Trevor Ford just added to the active roster, made the stop for the Green Bay Packers, and again they run Matthew Stafford out there.
I am surprised by this. You know, a guy, you know, what's one thing if you're a young player, and I went through it and a lot of other quarterbacks have, and the game's over, but these are experiences that you kind of learn from. But the fact that he is banged up and it's been noticeably bothering him, I thought that they now would go with Dante Culpepper and let Matt get off the field.
Starting at their own 17-yard line. Stafford comes underneath and can't connect with Kevin Smith.
You know, Matthew got hurt there for a couple of games and missed some time, and I think that experience was probably pretty good for him as well. I know I missed time my rookie year, and when you get out there and you play and you see how fast the game is played, sometimes in order to be given an opportunity to watch from the sidelines, you know, you can kind of watch it and learn without having to actually be out there on the field, and then you're better when you come back from that. And I think he was better when he came back off of his knee injury, and I think that if he was able to watch it, might help him a little bit.
2nd down and 10. Blitz coming. Hawk is picked up on the blitz. The pass is tipped and nearly picked off by Bigbie. Keep talking about these individual days. Donald Driver, 7 catches, 142 yards, an average of over 20 yards per catch, a touchdown with a long of 68. Woodson, 6 tackles, 2 interceptions, a sack, and now a touchdown. And then the day for Aaron Rodgers, 28 of 39, 348 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions.
We need to get a couple more of those gobblers.
I don't think you can ask these guys to share something like that, as Stafford is going to run, get the first down, and slide. Clock continues to move, under 3:20 to play. An 11-yard run by Matthew Stafford.
You know, this has been a tough day for Matthew Stafford, and there's no question about that in this entire Detroit team. But You know, I like what I heard from Jim Schwartz the other day and the things that he's trying to do. And they have won 2 games. Of course, anything was going to be an improvement from where they were a year ago. But as we've talked about in this game, I like the pieces that are in place. And I do feel that this team's going to continue to get better. You know, think about Indianapolis prior to Peyton Manning getting there. You know, it was hard to imagine Indianapolis going on and having the success that we've seen from them. But I think in time, we're going to see a lot from this Detroit team, and I know that these fans have been waiting a long time for that.
They are 2 minutes and 51 seconds away from assuring their 9th consecutive losing season. Be 2-9 at the end of the day, while the Green Bay Packers solidify their wild card spot. They'll be 7-4. 2nd and 10. Stafford throws and completes to the tight end Fitzsimmons. Ball comes out. They're blowing it dead after Fitzsimmons got out to the 42 and picked up a Detroit first down.
And it was Charles Woodson who's in there still playing and still trying to make a play, and he comes in on Fitzsimmons there at the end and reaches in for the ball, and to me it looked like it might have come out before.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Before his knee hit the ground.
Helmet came off and the ball came out, and a challenge coming from Mike McCarthy. McCarthy's already 1 for 1 in challenges in this game. Let's get a slower look at it and see if the ball starts to come out before the knee goes down by Fitzsimmons.
Well, it was a good catch there by Fitzsimmons to start with, and Charles Woodson, as we said, he immediately was going after the ball.
Green Bay is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was down.
I don't know that we saw enough in that replay to overturn the call on the field. They'll look at it more. Bill Levy will under the hood. We'll get the call when we come back to Detroit. 2:16 left.
And now, another round of Fox Sunday Table Talk.
Football. Did I ever tell you guys I played for Green Bay?
Who the hell are you?
Roger the Alien. You called me a space octopus last time we were here.
Oh, yeah. How you doing, space octopus?
I am not a space octopus. There's no such thing as space octopuses.
Space octopi.
Shut up. Can't I just tell my story of being the plucky wideout for Green Bay? Nope.
Animation Domination is all new, starting at 8/7 Central this Sunday, only on Fox.
Macy's Thanksgiving sale this Friday and Saturday all day. Save $10 when you spend $25 with your Savings Pass. Check your newspaper or Macy's.com. Friday and Saturday, the saving is on us. Macy's Thanksgiving sale.
You wore a vest? Where's my vest?
On your vest.
There's a big hit going down.
History is happening on our watch.
Jack Bauer.
Jack Bauer.
Who is Jack Bauer?
This is over.
Yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.
We're under attack.
It's the return of the God.
I'm in command. Just follow my lead.
24. A new day begins this January on Fox.
Mike McCarthy is anxious to see if he's 2 for 2 in challenges today. Slowed it down, looked at it from a number of different angles. It's still tough to definitively see if the ball's coming out. Ball is out there. Is the knee down? You can't see on that replay. We have other looks at it. It's Thanksgiving. Whatever Bill Levy says it is, it is.
Well, either way, it's pretty inconsequential, but it looked like the ball was coming out prior to his knee going to the ground, but it's very difficult to get a definitive look at it.
Our technical director is Colby Bourgeois. Hi, Cole. There is Rich Russo, our director, and Richie Zients, our producer, with Greg Scopatoni peering
After
over his
reviewing the
shoulder.
play, the ball came loose prior to the runner's knee hitting the ground. It'll be Green Bay's ball on the 41-yard line of Detroit. Green Bay is not charged a timeout.
Okay, so I think you're in the camp of Woodson getting the gobbler. I would give it to Aaron Rodgers. Richie Zients, our producer, would give it to Donald Driver. I say we let our first-year director, Rich Russo, break the three-way tie.
Hey, sounds good to me.
He has just whispered into my ear, Donald Driver. So you're good with Woodson, and I'm good with Rodgers, and Donald Driver will walk away with the hardware. But what a game for Woodson.
He's had a great season, but I tell you, this last month, I mean, the last month for him has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that performance he had against Dallas in a game that was really a must-win situation, he was as good as I've seen. He played some safety in that game. He played, of course, outside a corner and then coming off the blitz, but he made play after play, much like he has here in this game.
2 minutes left here in Detroit. Back after this.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by AT&T. Your world delivered.
There are engines, and then there's the twin turbocharging, 365 horsepower generating EcoBoost engine, and the all-new Taurus SHO from Ford that has the thirst of a V6 with the thrust of a V8. We speak car. We speak innovation. Introducing the all-new Taurus SHO from Ford. Drive one.
Nothing gets NFL fans pumped up like winning a trip to the biggest games of all. Between now and November 30th, using your Visa card gives you a chance to win tickets to an NFL playoff game, the Pro Bowl, and Super Bowl 44. More people go with Visa.
12 summers of boat hauling, 63 miles of commuting daily. For any extreme from the road to the racetrack, nothing beats Mobil 1. The choice of over half of all NASCAR teams. So put some NASCAR in your car. Mobil 1.
Bill? Why is Dick Butkus here?
I hired him to speak. A lot of Fortune 500 companies use him.
But I'm your only employee.
We're going to start using FedEx to ship globally. That means billions of potential customers. We're going to be huge.
Good morning. You know, business is a lot like football.
I'm sorry, Dick Butkus.
We understand your business could use a pep talk. Visit FedEx.com/pep talk.
Customizable NFL gear with any name, number, and color. Exclusive to NFLshop.com. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Big day for Aaron Rodgers. 348 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns. He is a leader. Second-year starter of this Green Bay Packer team. Handoff is to Brandon Jackson. Lions have no more timeouts remaining. And that'll bring up 3rd down. A loss of 1 on that carry by Brandon Jackson. And Matt Flynn has taken over at quarterback. Flynn, who won a national championship at LSU, 2 out of 3 this year for 15 yards, has really improved studying behind Aaron Rodgers.
Well, these backup quarterbacks don't get to play a lot around here in Green Bay, so we better enjoy this.
Rodgers sat for 3 years behind Brett Favre. He'd like to do the same, make Matt Flynn sit around and just learn from the bench as Jackson carries it on 3rd down. As Mike McCarthy said, he's getting better. His arm's getting stronger, Flynn. And I hope he has a great long career in the NFL. But he'd just as soon like to see Aaron Rodgers hang on to this job for a long time to come in his 5th year and just 25 years old out of Cal.
And there's no reason why he won't be around here for a long time. And I agree with what you said earlier in this game, Joe, that Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's put together a heck of a year and had a heck of a season last year also. And, you know, it's been overshadowed by some great performances around the league at quarterback. Peyton Manning, of course, Favre, and Drew Brees. But he's been outstanding. And what I thought was interesting is when Mike McCarthy says we all know what he does on Sunday, but he really does set the tempo on Wednesday and Thursday. And that's what all the great quarterbacks do during the week. And he can take a practice that is just kind of run of the mill and at times a wasted practice and basically take it upon himself to turn it into something very, very positive. And, of course, he called that offensive meeting a few weeks ago that paid huge dividends for them going into that Dallas game. And I think he is a great leader for this team.
A smart guy, very thoughtful in his role as a leader and what his job description entails as the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. 18 seconds left, and Mike McCarthy thought this could be a quote-unquote trap type game. Avoided the trap, and they'll be 7-4. The AT&T postgame show coming up. Highlights from this game. We'll have the presentation of the Gobbler here at Ford Field, and Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy will talk about what we've seen here today. I'm sure they'll talk about Charles Woodson. 7 tackles, 2 interceptions, a sack, forced fumble, a fumble recovery. In on 3 of the 5 Detroit turnovers today as Aaron Brown gets the carry. And Woodson held Calvin Johnson to just 2 catches on the afternoon, and that's how this day will end. 34-12. The Green Bay Packers are now 7-4, and the Lions are 2-9. We'll take a break. Come back. More coming from Ford Field in Detroit. Big day for Woodson, for Rodgers, for Driver, and the Packers as they get the win over the Lions. Back after this.
Fox Tonight. Be thankful for the blockbuster family comedy that brings history to life. Ben Stiller in Night at the Museum. Broadcast premiere tonight on Fox.
Say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow. Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me and baby, I got you.
Now more than ever, you are each other's greatest strength. The Everlon Diamond Knot Collection. The strength of love forged in a knot.
Of all the holidays, this is the season of sharing, when even the smallest gesture can bring warmth to your heart. So, in the spirit of giving, Hyundai is spreading a little extra comfort and joy. Buy a 2010 Sonata and you'll get 0% financing for up to 60 months and make no payments for 90 days. Plus, you'll get America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance. See? You're not that hard to shop for.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on the 2010 Sonata.
Next up on the Fox 19 Morning News, I'm sure you have plenty of leftovers. The Midnight Gourmet will tell you what to do with them.
And we'll check out the hottest video games for your Christmas list.
(34-12) is the final here in Detroit, and it is the unbeatable play. Brought to you by Walmart. Save money, live better. And it's the 68-yard catch by Donald Driver in the first quarter. The Gobbler will be presented when we come back. Big happenings still to come in Detroit.
What is this? This is one pretty thing right here.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
I guess it's better than not getting it.
Hold position. We got movement out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are not in Kansas anymore.
Avatar. Rated PG-13.
Congratulations, Jimmy. Way to go, Jimmy. Yeah.
Congratulations on your historic 4th championship, Jimmy, from everyone at Lowe's.
1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Woo!
You guys are awesome.
Lowe's congratulates Jimmy Johnson, Chad Canals, Team 48, and the entire Hendrick Motorsports racing family.
Congratulations, Team 48!
Hey, thanks for the window seat.
No, please.
You got the presentation?
Oh, yeah, right here.
Oh, let me stow that for you, sir.
Thank you. You know, just to be safe, I used FedEx Office Print Online.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. They printed and bound 20 copies of the presentation. Shipped it to Portland. They're going to be there waiting for us.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You have a nice flight.
Thank you.
Print online. You upload your document, we'll take care of the rest. FedEx Kinko's is now FedEx Office.
I love you.
I love you.
Say I love you like never before at Zales Thanksgiving event. This Friday only, get these diamond solitaire earrings free with any purchase of $3.99 or more at Zales.
Hey, heads up. In 2 days, 25 players will be selected as semifinalists for the 2010 Hall of Fame. But will they be the right 25? Van Heusen and JCPenney are giving you the power to vote at fanschoice.com. Tell the Hall what you think.
For over 20 years, Visa has helped athletes achieve their dreams and get to the Olympic Games. Right now, we're going to help you get there too. When you use your Visa card, you have a chance to win a trip to the Olympic Winter Games. We hope to see you there. Visa, the only card accepted at the Olympic Games. More people go with Visa.
And welcome to the AT&T post-game show from Ford Field here in Detroit. Down to the field, Pam Oliver, Donald Driver.
Great day for Donald Driver, too. 7 catches, 1 TD, 142 yards. We were talking a little bit earlier, and you like that long bomb, so you can kind of dispel some notions about you getting up there.
You know, everyone says I'm old, so I had to prove to everyone that I may be old in age, but I still play young.
You sure do. And we've got a presentation for you here.
Do you?
The 8th annual.
Oh, shoot. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble. Thank you so much.
There you go.
You know, it took me 20 years to get it, but, you know, I'm happy that I got the gobble.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Now, Troy and Joe upstairs want to say something to you.
Uh-oh.
And that's Officer Mike Stevepak, Green Bay's own, by the way, to your left there. Can you shake Pack's hand there?
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Speechless.
You speechless? Don't be speechless. Thank you.
So proudly the fans.
I love the glasses. I love the glasses. Gobble, gobble.
Hey, Donald.
Yes.
You know, we were kind of in a debate. You guys had such a good day. This could have gone to Aaron Rodgers. This could have gone to Charles Woodson.
Yes.
You get it. What does this mean to you, if anything?
It means a lot. You know, I thought I would get it one year after year after year after year, but I'm glad I got it this time. I'm very happy for it, and I don't know what else to say. I'm glad. Happy Thanksgiving. I love my kids. Mama, I'll see y'all when y'all get home. Love you, baby.
Hey, Donald, Troy Aikman here. I want to ask you, you guys had your back against the wall a few weeks ago, and
yes.
you've reeled off 3 wins now. Just kind of talk about where this team is at. I mean, it's a group that seems to be playing its best football.
Well, you know, one thing about us is that we came to a point where people said that we was done, our back was against the wall, and we just had to come out and battle. And every weekend, everyone said we was going to lose, but, you know, like I said, the 53 guys in that locker room, the AT coaches and everyone in that organization, and all our fans around the world believe that we can win, and we went out there and took care of business.
Well, the 3-time Pro Bowler now has a galloping gobbler.
Gobble.
Thanks for sticking around, Donald Driver. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Love you, baby. I'll see y'all when I get home. Turkey, and dressing.
Donald's all pumped up. 7 catches, a season-high 142 yards on the day, and a touchdown. The studio will be along after the break on this AT&T postgame show. Packers win at 34-12.
Buy one, get one free Wednesday through Friday only.
2 feared pass rushers, Michael Strahan and Justin Tuck, and Jared.
To celebrate Subway continuing their famous $5 footlong, I thought it'd be nice if we all sang the $5 footlong song.
$5 footlong. It's growing strong, growing strong.
Sounds great, huh? Subway $5 footlongs, a yummylicious deal of bodacious flavor. Just $5 all day, every day.
Subway. Eat fresh.